oh.
Come here. Sorry, mate. Get your paw, did I? Hey?
He's on his blanket.
Get your tail. Yeah. Poor little bugger. I'm sorry about that, guys. That'd have woken you all up. Unfortunately, moved my chair back and caught my puppy's tail. Poor little soul. Hey? Just going to give a quick check over, make sure I haven't. Yeah, as we all know, if he has hurt something, he'll yell when I touch it, which he hasn't. Yeah, sorry, mate. Didn't mean to hurt you. Poor little bugger. Hey, well, that makes it a bit lively, doesn't it? To get into the it's a nice slow stream. Yeah. Right. Oh, I hope you're all good out there. If you can let me know how it's all going out there, whether you can all see and hear me okay. Evening, Virginia Bushcrafter. Enjoyed your videos this week. Thank you very much. Stealth Car Camera, same with yourself. Read through a couple of yours. Oh, just get that off. It's a bit warm in here. Oh, John. Hiya, mate. Right, Kaz is back with me.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm not 100%, but I wasn't going to miss out tonight.
Evening, Lee. Glad to have you back. Tommy's in the room with us again tonight.
Evening.
I'm going to crack on, get my Guinness opened.
Sadly, Kaz lost his cigars.
Happens. Not a worry. Not a worry. We'll measure. So I won't be having a cigar tonight. Yeah, that's not a big deal. We can manage without that. In actual fact, it'll probably do me a good turn anyhow. There's another step towards giving up entirely, isn't it?
Just stay away from Dad's chair.
Yeah.
I like Mom's chair.
Please keep away from my chair.
It's because he's used to sitting underneath mine and I don't move.
Got underneath mine, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He's all right. Everything's working, functioning okay. Feet are moving, legs are moving, eyes are... Yeah, good. Good. Oh, right, let me get it settled. Oh, where are we time-wise? 1954, so not officially on yet. So, yeah, hopefully you've all had a good week. I'll try, John. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's one of those. It's one of those you gotta give it a go, haven't you? Evening, Jim. Hopefully you're all good. First time you waited outside a pub for it to open. Well, yeah, Jim. I've lost my cigars this week. So what I did was I had my cigars that were left over from last week. I gave them to Kaz, asked her to hide them for me.
I hid them.
She's hid them too well. So about 10 minutes ago, I said, "Oh, got my cigars," and yeah.
He went to look for them, and he's turned the door upside down, and now I can't find them.
Can't find them. So yeah, no cigars tonight. Is it a biggie? No, it's not big. Is it? It's far worse things happening in this world.
I feel a bit poo still, Katrina, but I'm getting there.
Yeah, little off colour. Car inspection MOT. Well, yeah, that all went well. So
she's all fixed now.
My lad Chris got hold of me. The issue that I had to repair, he gave me a hand fixing. We got it off to an MOT station, and it is now MOT'd. So the car is on the road and legal. I did have a advisory for front brake pads,
which are arriving tomorrow.
So I should be fitting brake pads this week in the front of that. Yeah, so that's sorted. That'll be up and running around nice. Definitely beats walking.
Yeah, like two up on my mobility scooter don't really work. Nah.
Yeah. Got your torque wrench if you need it for the bolts.
No, they don't need torquing. It's only a pin set up on those sites. Really should be like a 15-minute job each wheel. Yeah, so we've had some rough old weather this week. Cool, blimey. Everywhere. I mean, any of you that are UK viewers that don't like snow, it seems to be that the best place for you to come and live in the United Kingdom is Farnborough, because we've not even had a whiff of it.
Even Cornwall's had snow. Liscard, right down.
When I was a boy, it said it never snowed in Cornwall because of the Gulf Stream.
And Cumbria up in Yorkshire is really bad.
Yeah, and not as bad as Buffalo.
No, not as bad.
77 inches. Oh, that's impressive. can't imagine what that would be like. 77 inches.
5 foot.
Yeah, 77 inches.
Oh, you said 7 starfish.
Did I?
Yes.
Oh. That's 7 inches. Well, 7 inches in the UK, that's stopped the whole country dead. It rained in Peterborough. Yeah, so, yeah. Katrina's had 20 minutes, yeah, and it seems to be. So I'm looking at that, and I'm looking at people around the country, and they're saying we didn't really get much either. Seems to me the media plays it up big time, don't they? Because it's like poor Glasgow and Edinburgh got it. Stealth car coming, no snow in South Wales.
It was -3 here last night, but
yeah, it's been cold. Don't mind cold. Cold and dry, cold and crisp, you can handle that. And as we said time and time again on the videos, cold's one thing, cold and wet's another. You know, it's hi up, Benny. Hope you're all good.
Hi up, Benny.
So I've gone through. Hello, Stealth Car Camper, John,
Lee,
Virginia, Lee,
Wildcamp,
Katrina. Yeah, Wildcamp, it's Barford.
Thank you.
Gary Land, evening, mate.
Harrogate's got snow. Well, can you send from down?
Yeah, Gary's got snow in Northumbria. Jim, God, it's horrible in Swindon, not snow.
Yeah, Jim,
but
it's
just
freezing
horrible.
here.
I think that's the general opinion, isn't it? It's just been gopping everywhere, isn't it? It's just been absolutely menging. Yeah. Yeah, right, Benny. Rub our noses in it. Doing your videos out in the snow. We've all seen you showing off. Yeah. Here I am, artistic, fire in the stream, surrounded by snow. Yeah, demonstrating infantry skills there, I noticed. Benny did an excellent short, which was Stealth Advance to Camp. Oh, mate.
You know, like him before when he's
laugh.
It's really funny.
But he has, exactly. This week he's managed to get some real cracking
Hi, Tracy.
shots.
Hi, Phil.
Hi, Tracy. Hi, Phil. How you doing? Anthony Barkinson.
Yeah, Anthony. It started just a few minutes early.
Anthony, what tends to happen is I sit here every week and I go 100 hours, 100 hours. But invariably, just before, like a good ex-squaddy, 5 to 10 minutes beforehand, I'm outside the door ready to go. So nothing on this channel official or that's of any import, and the rest of it really starts till 100 hours. However,
hello, Thunder Monkey.
I'm normally on a few minutes early, nattering away and waffling absolute looks.
This time the dog decided to throw itself under your chair.
Yeah, and just at the point I hit the button to go live and move my chair, I managed to run over my puppy's either his tail or his foot. He went into scream mode. But yeah,
don't stop barking.
What could you do? Exactly that. 10 minutes is 10 minutes early is on time. On time is late. Yeah. Well, I've always had the same mindset, and it wasn't necessarily the military. It was my father brought me up with that. He always said to me, "If you're early, you're early. If you're on time, then you're running around panicking." One of my biggest pet hates with work, bear in mind that I used to have to work in teams, was I'd turn up sort of 45, 50 minutes early because I had the longest distance to travel. And so I'd get in,
evening, Rachel,
make my brew, set the office up. If it was cold, get the heaters going, start sorting through the admin for the day and that, make life easy on everybody, put the percolator on so there's coffee's going, get it all organised. And I didn't mind doing that because I was there 45 minutes early anyhow, just in case I got caught in traffic, never want to be late. And then everybody starts strolling in, and most guys would walk in, take their jackets off 10, 15 minutes early, hang them up, grab a coffee, walk over, make themselves comfortable. Morning, guys, how's it going? And all that sort of thing. Get that out of the way, ready to crack on at 7:30 at start time. And we had one character in particular who would walk in the door, bang on 7:30, and then he'd spend the next 25 minutes taking his jacket off, wandering around, and then he'd have to go make his cup of coffee. Oh, and then he'd need the loo, so he'd go to the loo. So by about 9 o'clock, just as everybody's actually bomb burst out to do all the work that he's doing, he sits down, looks at his desk and goes, "Oh, everybody's got it covered." oh well, I'll just sit back here and man the phone. You know, just it's that lazy attitude.
Sorry to hear about your back going out, Lee.
Yeah.
Got a couple of new ones, Cam and Thunder Monkey.
All right. Yeah, we have
Cam.
Yeah, I know Cam. Cam's from the Scouts. Yeah. Lord Cam, how you doing, mate? Hope you're good. Thunder Monkey. Hope you're good. Thunder Monkey 64. Got a year on me then, from the looks of it. Yeah. So yeah. He knows the aches and the pains. So, God blimey, what am I doing? So tonight's live chat, right? So tonight's live chat is about you guys, right? It's about you guys and what you've done for me in the last year. Okay, so we're at 1,000 subscribers now, and we did actually we stopped the draw last Sunday when we hit 1,000. So we knew, lucky enough, phenomenal. Cheers, mate. Let us know who was 1,000 subscribers. So we've done the subscribers back for next. We said it was up to 1,000.
Good
so
evening, Gary.
That was drawn this afternoon, and I couldn't wait. I was going to put it in an envelope, do the fancy thing, and I couldn't wait. I was like, 1,000 subscribers, got to know who's won it. So I do actually know who's won them. So we did. We ended up having to do a bit of a mess about, because one of you guys out there's name came up, Lee Michael, right? And he'd already messaged me and said, if I come up, redraw it. So Lee, cheers for that. Me and Caroline Budd looked at one and I went, bloody double, have 1,000 people. So Lee came up, so we redrew it. And what we did was we sat there beforehand and we went, right, the first one is going to get this item and the second one is going to get that item. Okay. And then we drew the names on the random generator and then sat there for about 10-15 minutes going through the counts. Lucky enough, it comes up 0 to 100 per page. So you just go through it till you get to the right numbers. So we did. Now, shall I announce it now?
Well, it's only 4 minutes past 8.
I'll announce
at half past 8.
At half past, 30 minutes in, who the winners were, and then I'll re-announce it a couple of times later on in the evening, just in case they join us later, so they know. There's got all the butterfly going. And as I said before,
won't be like some channels. Wait till you've got like 500 people, then announce.
And the thing about tonight is a thank you to you guys for all the support, all the comments, all the thumbs ups. They've kept the channel going, and
the well, get better soon ones have been
and best wishes. We built a community. Tonight we have all these people here. It's a community. It's a laugh. It's a joke. We have giggles. People tell jokes. People share information. People share their stories, and that's what I wanted to build. It's in actual fact, it's the channel itself is brilliant. I enjoy making the videos. Great deal of pleasure.
Thank you, Jason.
And I said before, I'm making those for my granddaughter, and I'm making them to share with others that are interested in the information. The live chat on a Sunday has become something very special, isn't it? To us both, and to Mac, and to many other people that are involved in the channel,
and Tommy,
and to Tommy, because it's become a pub. It's become what an old-fashioned English pub used to be. It was where people from the community could get together, have a chat, have a laugh, have a grumble occasionally, maybe have a moan at how things are going in society, the government, and all the rest of it, although we tried to stay away from politics, and enjoy themselves, okay, and share information, share their stories. If you're having a bad day, you're having a bad day, tell us you're having a bad day, we're all there for it, and so on and so on. And this community is building and growing.
Evening, Carrie, you dirty faces.
I sat today thinking about it and trying to write out some bullet points for myself to remember through the evening. And one of the ones that had come up was how much this Sunday Night Live chat means to me. Okay, and how much it's done for us, and the fact that we get such direct feedback. We feel we know you. I've only met one or two of you guys. Few of you are old friends and all the rest of it, but it's a way to connect, okay? And I don't see that happening much on other channels, I've looked at other people, a lot of podcasts out there and a lot of chats out there where they'll interview people, and it becomes very much you're sat watching something else, maybe making the occasional comment. And I don't want to do that. I always want to try and involve and bring in you guys, okay, so that we share at the end of the day. So excuse me, swig of this.
Yes, no drinky poos for me today, Gary. The meds I'm on, I can't at the moment.
She definitely can't. That's good. That's good.
That's good, Gary. He's got his son's going on a bushcraft course.
Oh, excellent. And that's the thing, isn't it? It's the enthusiasm, the delight, and the excitement of doing it. Cheers, Lee. I appreciate that. Carrie, evening. I hope you're well. God,
it's about sharing all the information, because you know your staff. One people they go, oh, you tried this.
Yeah, well, that's it.
Tommy's got this, and then Mac, and it's just all
the amount of stuff that I've done this year that in the past
look at the man cave now from when I first died.
I've not done. Okay. And it's like me and Kaz were sitting talking about it today, and we were saying, okay, so we're coming up towards Christmas. Okay, people get busy over Christmas. I expect the numbers to drop off a little bit over Christmas, and we were sat here, and she suddenly said to me, could you realise it's Sunday night, it's New Year's Eve this year? It falls on Sunday. Is. Right? And I sat there and I went, oh, do we do the live stream? And she said, well, yeah, do it. Do it because we enjoy it. And
we do 8 to 10.
Yeah, there may be people out there that aren't able to get out or don't feel up to getting out and celebrating. Might not have a pub locally, might not have somewhere to go locally. So we'll be doing our own New Year's celebration here on that Sunday night. And we will see how it goes. We might, if the numbers are there and people want to, we might try and waffle it through to midnight. You might see me do my midnight streak around the room. I doubt it very much. But again, you know, that's what it's there for, isn't it? Same thing over Christmas.
It's interesting that you bring up that point, because the whole point of the internet was to bring the whole world together, to make that access to other people quicker.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we all
and so throughout the years, the internet's the whole reason for it's been lost to social media and stuff now. But you bring up a good point. It's those people that can't get out.
Yeah.
Or don't want to, just want to have a quiet night in. Yeah. You can still socialise.
Well, I had a comment very early on when I started my channel, which reduced me to tears. And it was
good evening and happy birthday for yesterday, Martin.
Yes, happy birthday for yesterday, mate. I remember the days. Dates of birth.
We're not that far behind.
And driving licenses on a little blue Honda H100. Anyhow, let's say about that.
Also, Gary's got work, so that'll come with. Good evening, Sticks. Says Gary's he'll be joining us from work on a 12-hour shift.
Mate, but I know your pain. I'm out of New Year's I covered. Again, it was one for me where I used to sort of work with the team, and as I progressed up through the team, it got to the point where Christmas and New Year disappeared for me because things had to be covered. And I'd always rather cover it as part of my responsibility as a team leader and as a manager and as an ops manager and things like that, to be the guy that was covering it. So guys with young families and that could get their time off. It's what you did. Anyhow, getting back to that comment that reduced me, and it did reduce me to tears. It made me feel quite small and proud. And it's one of my very first videos. It's no longer on here because it was a pants video. It was me walking around a local park, just looking at some of the bits and pieces. Very pretty little spot. And it was a tryout. It was one of those, how will this look and that. And it was about 30 minutes long. And I posted it. And then one of the first comments I got from it was somebody who was housebound in a flat in London, I think it was.
Yeah, it was London. Yeah, it was London. Yeah, it was London.
And they pointed out they were on something like the 8th or 9th floor. They were housebound. They hadn't been out of their home in months and months and months, and didn't know that they were going to be able to get out to explore and do anything. And they thanked me for the fact that I took them out somewhere like that, and they said, you know, it was just beautiful to see the countryside, see the colours and all the rest of it. It made me feel tiny, not in a bad way, but in a good way. And it made me realise how much, or how, if you're going to become a content creator, sometimes how much you can affect somebody else's life, even in a small way. And
you can take it for granted. You can go out in the trees and the leaves, and you know, if you're in the middle of the city, it's trees, yeah, but not the same as, you know, walking through a woodland or a forest and that.
Jason, day camp, been back an hour, a bit soggy. Yeah. Did a Fae camp at Stonehenge. Did you come across any Fae? Yeah, I've met a few of my
the
time.
winged people.
I had a fairy throw glitter over me at one of the witch fests, and I tried to lure me away. Didn't work. Fairies.
Yeah, she wouldn't mess with this witch.
Yeah. So again, it was, you know, it's being a content creator. I always try and bear in mind that I'm not just putting information out there for those guys that want to learn, or those guys that want to watch bushcraft videos, but also for people that might not have access to some of the things I do. It's like being up the woods and things like that. It's like the video Benny did this week, absolutely stunning. Some of the shots he got of the river and the waterfall and that, Benny, absolutely beautiful, mate.
I'd love to sit on that rock. Well, yeah, I probably wouldn't get up there, but yeah.
Very envious of the spot you got there. We don't have waterfalls around here, really, do we? It's I think
the only one we had is there's a weir at Guildford, but that blew the bridge. That actually swept the bridge away, didn't it?
So
it emptied the whole lot of the canal, didn't it?
And you know, it's like, so where's the channel going? So we've been again discussing it. You know, it's coming up towards the end of the year. So one of the videos I'm going to put out, hopefully before the end of the year, or maybe just after the end of the year, is going to be my top 10 items from this year. My top 10 pieces of kit and equipment that I've acquired. Hi, Banana. That I've acquired, received, got, bought, whatever, you know, this year. It'll be a list of my top 10. I'll show them and all the rest of it, why they mean so much to me this year. And I'm also going to do one where, or I might even add a couple of things in there that were the fails. Because again, as I said to you guys in the past, if I buy something, and at the moment I do buy it, and I say at the moment, fingers crossed, you never know, if there's any companies out there. I buy things, and sometimes, as we all do, it comes, you get it out, you try it, and it really crushes you. You know, you're like, I'm so excited about this, and it is bad. There have been a couple of items, but I've not shown them on the channel, primarily because they didn't work for me. However, I could see that they would work for somebody else. And I don't want to get into this thing of what I say is right, what I do is right, and you have to do what I say or do, because I don't believe in that. What works for one might not work for another. Okay, one man's meat is another man's poison, so to speak. So unless it is, I come across something that is a genuine rip-off, dangerous, pointless, I won't denigrate anything on my channel. Okay. I may turn around and show you something and say it ain't a bad bit of kit, but I think it can be improved by this, this, and this. I may turn around to you and just say I tried something and it didn't work for me. But again, I'm not going to ruin somebody's business just because I didn't like something, because it's maybe not the right colour, or maybe it's not the right size for me, or it just, my dexterity doesn't work with it. Okay, I don't think that's fair on people and their businesses. However, like I say, if I find something that's really dangerous, really bad, or absolutely poor quality, you will get to see it. You're
right, Lee. That's something we've discussed as well, about the things for the people actually, your subscribers, you know, your members.
Yes, right. Yeah, I do apologise about it, Lee. I know, because you've been one of my members. I've got, I think, 3 or 4 members. that's something we're going to be focusing on as well. So any of you that are interested, yes, there is a members page for this channel. Okay, I've kept it to the absolute bare minimum to become a member, and the members are going to start getting a couple of little bit extra items, a little bit more in depth second looks and things like that, and maybe even 1 or 2 videos that I'm not going to put up on the actual channel. They might be a bit more in depth about me, my background, my personality, where I've come from. I'm also going to be doing Tales from the Basher this year, and that will probably initially start on the member side. And that is, I have so many friends from the military that I've worked with, worked alongside, served with, that have some absolute wonderful tales. And Tales from the Basher isn't going to be so much of a remembrance side from the point of view of trying to remember the fallen. What I'm interested in there is the funny stuff, the stuff that you don't get to hear about as a civilian, the jokes, the practical jokes, the black humour, the real things that have almost made me wet myself over the years. Okay, so I'm going to be doing that, but those will be one-on-one interviews with people. So again, any of you that have got a story out there that I can get to, that wants to tell their tale, that would like to be involved with Tales from the Basher or Tales from the Basher, hit me up, let me know. Maybe we'll find somewhere meeting up through the year. I'll bring the gear with me. You can either be on camera, face to face, or you can be sat like Tommy is, just off camera so that people can hear you and you can tell us your tale. Okay, let me know your story, because for me, that is part of the journey. Is I tell stories, tales, and pass on information, but there's so many other people out there that have some absolutely hilarious and wonderful stories, real heart-lifting moments, never get told.
That's right. The best story to start with. You're never going to believe this, but
yeah.
Good evening,
Matt. Good to see you, mate. And again, so pushing on to the next year, so we're at 1,000 subscribers now.
1.2.
So, 1.2, yeah, 1.2. Thank you very much, guys. So, for what I'm doing, where are we going to take the channel? Well, I've given you a bit of a taster there of what I'd like to do and what I'd like to bring in.
I'd also like to do a couple of camps around the country.
This year, I'm going to be getting out to meet some of you guys. I'm going to come to your areas, do some camps. Okay, it may be just an overnighter, it may be a weekend or something like that.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's going to be a matter. And Tales from the Basher don't worry about that being PC. That's why I'm going to try and sort of keep that to one side on the channel, and that way it doesn't affect the channel in any way. So it's something that can get your story out there. So have I? Yeah, in all honesty to you, elephant in the room time, I suppose. Have I earned anything from the channel? I've been monetized now for a week. Okay, they've gone back through all my old videos, all 295 of them, and they've monetized me. And with my memberships and everything else, I think at the moment I've earned £14.80. Okay,
I can buy a Lamborghini.
I can buy a Lamborghini. Now I never did this for money. I never did this to make money. I never set this up to try and make an income out of it. Okay, I'm a full-time carer for Kaz. Okay, and we get by on a carer's allowance. Right? It isn't the best. It's not the easiest. We do struggle from time to time. However, it does work, and I'm able to do this channel. Anything I make from the channel, £14.85, will plough straight back into the channel. That's probably going to get spent somewhere easy, like Temu. Get a few more items.
Yes, I've already done a little shop
for me to be able to do a demonstrator in some way, form, or manner for you guys. Am I going to do reviews? Yes, I'd love to do more reviews. I'm
sorry about that, John. Yeah, $15 in taxes.
Yeah. Did he? John? Oh, shit. We'll sort that out for you, mate.
You're up for sale.
So I'd like to do more reviews, and I don't know how that works. So I've emailed a couple of companies to see if they'd be interested in me doing reviews, and not for review of begging for free kit. I've turned around to them and said I'll be prepared to pay for the kit if they could just bring the price down, or if they wanted to send me something, I'd do a review on it and send it back to them. Okay, just so that it would give more interest to you guys. Not heard anything back from anybody. I do know that the knack is just to keep pushing on with this, and hopefully companies out there will see my videos and maybe like what I'm doing and think to themselves, we'll have a chat to this guy and maybe send him a couple of items. The one that this week that I was pushing, and it's a company I would love to work with, okay, because again, as I said on the video, I did my research. I sat there and I thought, if I'm now at 1,000 subscribers, it's fine me sitting there going, yeah, this is the bush rod or the fire stick that I've had for ages and it works there. I've got to start actually being able to say to you guys, this company's good or this organisation's good, because I'm getting people all the time saying to me, what do you recommend? What do you recommend? What do you recommend? So I did my research. I spent days and days and days doing research. I've used their kit in the past and found it very, very good and of a high quality. So Forest Fundamentals, well done, guys. You are the first company I'm officially within my channel recommending, because that hard sand fire kit with the fat wood, I couldn't fault it. Can't fault it at all. Okay, it's not a huge piece of fat wood by any means. Okay, but again, as I hopefully demonstrated in the video, the fat wood isn't there to be a huge piece of fat wood and an endless fire source. It's just there as an ignition source. But their gear is such brilliant quality, and the thought behind it. The fact that they give you a full instruction leaflet on fire lighting, not just how to use their kit, but in how to light and prepare your fire. So if you're a beginner, you've got no idea, this kit comes, you've got the card, right? You go through the card and it helps you step 1 through to, oh, look at that.
Preparing the materials.
Yeah,
fry preparation.
I'm toasting my toes. And I love that simple thought process. So, yeah. They're a company I am going to be recommending. Whether or not they decide to help the channel, that's their business. But any of you guys out there, you got any leads? Yeah.
Jason was saying about Temu. It all depends. It's a bit like the lottery. Some winners, some lose.
Exactly.
And we've been pretty sort of 85% on the winning.
Yeah,
thing.
You do.
It's not very often we've got,
right.
But it's just
99% of the kit that you buy today, even from branded companies, comes from China. It's manufactured in China. There are good companies in China that make things to quite a high quality standard, or are required to make it to high quality standard for their supplier in the UK or in America or wherever. Companies like Temu, you have to, everything I buy from them, we buy it with fingers crossed. Okay. Something like Kaz has just said, 85% of it's come through within Lucky Week, but you have to be a realist on it. You have to look at it. If something's being sold to you for pennies, then you can't expect much more than pennies worth. So when it comes, you have to look at it and go, okay, no, I pay a tenner for a rucksack. Now, if I pay a tenner for a rucksack, it's either from a charity shop or it's going to be well abused.
Or Facebook Marketplace,
things like that. It's going to be something towards the end of its life, or it's going to be fairly cheaply made, because otherwise you're not going to make profit, and that's what all businesses do. However, you also have to look at it and go, do you know what? It's cheap. Is it going to do what I want it to do? Can I modify it? Can I improve on it? Okay, and that's my thought process, that sort of thing. So that's why I show some that I do get stuff from Temu, and I do show it, and I do say this is from Temu. Okay, because then if there's somebody else out there looking for an item, and it's an item I've showed, they're going to get an honest appraisal from me, whether I think it's okay or I think it's rubbish. And a prime example of that, okay, is that pen. So that pen cost me £3.90. Okay. Now, it came as a steel pen with a window breaker, and at the time I was looking for kit that you could use for emergency access and egress from a vehicle. Okay, so I thought £3.90. I've got a spare fiver in the account. I'll order one of them and see what it's like when it comes. Now, it is a solid pen. They say it's titanium. I don't think it is titanium, but it is very, very solid.
Benny's got that one too.
Yeah, it does have a twist system there. That glass breaker, take it from me, that does break glass, and you can also use it to etch a window. Okay, I used it to cut a tile the other day. But what amazed me when I opened that pen up is it's got a Parker style insert. Now, I'm not saying that's a genuine Parker insert, okay, but it's exactly the same size as a Parker insert, so I could refill it with a Parker insert if I wanted to. But for £3.90 odd, it's a bloody good tool, and it does exactly what it says on the box. Okay. Now, I've also seen these very, very similar, almost exactly the same, with brands on them from British and American companies, selling for £25. And if I'd bought that for 25 quid, if I had the spare 25 quid, I'd be just as happy. So again, it's you've got to shop around. You've got to take it with a little pinch of salt. And if you do find the good stuff, you've got to let people know.
Yes, Stealth Car Camper, you liked his top clips and the bungees. Well, I found some on Temu and I've ordered them to compare, because it was like,
yeah, we're going to do a comparison.
Yeah, it was like £20 for those, and the other one was about £5.
Yeah, well, that's it. As Lisa just said there, there's the other issue, isn't it, with expensive kit? And I've said it time and time again about knives. Okay, now you can go buy a Mora knife sub £20. You can go and buy a fair knife fairly cheaply, or you can go and spend £700 or £800 buying a top of the range bushcrafter knife. But I can tell you from experience. Okay, and this goes back to my shooting days. At one point, I've always shot the cheaper end of the market, okay, because they're working guns. Quality brands, quality brands, but cheap end. I mean, I know some of you out there are going to hiss and spit at this, but one of my favourite shotguns is a Bicol. Okay. I've got a Bicol in 410. I've got a Bicol side by side, a Bicol over and under, and I used to have a Bicol pump. Okay, now I think for not one of those guns cost me more than 140 quid. They're all good quality shotguns for what they are, and they're working shotguns, sort of thing a farmer could throw in the back of a Land Rover, bounce around the fields all day, take out, and still knock pigeons down with. But I've also owned Benellis. Okay. And I've had a couple of the higher end Benellis over the years. And the trouble was, when I was actually going out to do a bit of rough shooting, I wouldn't want to take the Benelli, so I didn't want to get it dirty. I didn't want to get it out in the rough. I didn't want to bounce it around in the vehicle. So I was more comfortable with the good old fashioned working tool that, yes, was a bit heavier, knocks out the recoil. Yes, it's sturdy, and it lasted. Anyhow, so we're 38 minutes in now.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you what, we're going to put this out there now. I'm going to put the first call out to let you know who the winners are. Okay, and we'll do this several times through the evening, just if they join us later. So I know one of you's already there. Okay. So,
good evening, Eport.
So the stove set. Okay, that is the. Oh, got it back there.
Yes, that is the one in the blue, not the dirty one that it shows in the clip.
Okay, so I peeled some of the plastic off for you.
Yes.
It's very therapeutic to do. Or you can have one with the plastic still on it. It's up to you. So, okie doke. A little folding twig stove. Say little. It is quite a sturdy bit of kit. This is stainless steel. You can't get the blue plastic off the hinges, but it will come off when you first ignite it and burn it. Okay, these are a brilliant bit of kit. Please bear in mind, I've seen about 8 videos now knocking these, saying, oh, the grill falls off the top. Those aren't lifting handles, as I said on the video. Those handles there actually locate the grill and hold it in place. Comes in a very, very nice canvas bag.
Good evening, Ian.
However, watch the zip. Okay, I broke the zip on mine within 2 to 3 weeks. Oh, yeah.
Puppy's just found the.
Yeah. And it's a brilliant bit of kit.
That's that goes in there.
Yes. On top of that, you will get one of these, which is a necklace. Right? A necklace, he says. Okay. Yeah. Make a wallet cord out of it, whatever you want. And all it is, that is a little tiny ferro rod and a striker. Okay, so you can chuck it around your neck, put it on a key ring, whatever you fancy.
Okay, because it's been worn by Mitch himself.
Yes. And it's been worn by me as well. Okay, you can sniff it if you want. And I'll also throw one of those. So you've got 2 fire strikers there to go with that. So the winner of the stove on my 1,000 subscriber giveaway, it's Gary Lund, 419. Gary, congratulations, mate.
Gary.
You won the stove, and that stove will be coming out to you this week. Right, so I put that and that.
And I've already got that written down. I just need you to email us your address.
Not a problem, my friend. Thank you for all the support. There you go. Even give it a kiss for you. In actual fact, what I'm going to do.
Oh, you guys.
Because I'm famous now. I've got 1,000 subscribers.
What's close?
It's got "Love Mick" written on it. I've autographed it. One day that might be worth a few quid. I doubt it. I doubt it. But congratulations, Gary, and thank you so much for all the support that you have shown the channel. Okay, all the comments, all the moments where you've taken the time to actually go like that, Mick. Thanks, Mick, or even just a thumbs up. It means the world to us. Really does.
Everyone that does.
So
little messages.
Yeah. Now, those of you that don't know, that's my email address, Gary. Put that up there, and I will show it again at the end of the night. Send us an email, mate. We'll make contact, get your address, and get it out to you.
He said his son's going to be love that.
Hey, mate, I tell you what, get your phone, do a little video, post it, okay? Start them on that path, okay? And yourself, post it, show us, or send it to us, do whatever you want. It will be over the moon to see it, or any pictures, okay? Be chuffed with that. They'd be fantastic. Again, obviously, bear in mind, it won't be shown on the channel because I can't show children on my channel. They don't like that, do they? No, they don't like that. So, next person. Should we do the next one now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got our set of the second one is for the
pack.
Yeah.
Which was Willow's down there. Right. So the second person's going to win this pack, which again, I've very carefully put it all away. The short was done today, put out there to remind you guys and let you know what was coming. Okay. So that pack was drawn out. So the second person was going to get the pack. The number was drawn, and that person is BJ Harris. Okay. BJ Harris.
BJ.
Congrats, mate. Thank you very much. And same rules apply. That's my email address. And send me an email and I will get that off to you. I think he's in the States. So yeah.
Yeah, it's working out quite nicely.
As I said, it doesn't worry me where you are. We will find a way. So BJ Harris, I don't know if you're on the live chat tonight, but mate, if you're watching this, I'll catch up tomorrow or through the week, or you see one of the shorts. Congratulations, mate. Thank you for all your support. It is really appreciated 100%. Okay. Enjoy it. Okay, and the same thing again. If you can send us some pictures or send us something to say, yeah, this is me using it. It's fantastic. It's great. It's good for the channel, and I'm sure the other guys will be over the moon to see it.
Oh, thank you. When I sent you an email about to send you us honey.
Yes.
You honey.
Yes. I think I answered your email. I'm positive I did answer your email. I think I sent you my address. honey and beeswax.
Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, yeah, I am. Do you know, that was my favourite childhood story. That was. My dad used to sit there and tell us stories in the evenings. And I go, here we go, going back in time now. You can imagine a little rural house.
Hasn't received it, so
fire,
okay.
Open fire. You've not received it. Right, I will resend that to you tonight or tomorrow. Yeah, my old man would sit there and he would tell stories of the Wild West. He would tell stories of his childhood. And when we were really little, he'd tell us Winnie the Pooh stories, which has always given me, even at nearly 60 years old, I like Winnie the Pooh. Simple as that.
When I was a administrator in the army, one of my areas that I dealt with in Sussex was where the bridges, Christopher Robin did the logistics.
Yeah. Right, so anyhow, here's another one for you. What have I been watching this week? Shout outs to other channels. Channels I've been watching and I have thoroughly enjoyed. Okay. I've enjoyed their content and I would recommend them to any of you to go and have a look at. So, obviously, Derek, Hang Tough. Brilliant video this week, mate. I thoroughly enjoyed that. Absolutely brilliant concept. The urban survival video, part 1. Looking forward to part 2. That is absolutely brilliant.
And the Christmas song.
And your Christmas song.
Yeah, it's singing and playing guitar. Well. It's amazing.
Benny Bushcraft, as always. Benny, absolutely brilliant videos, mate. Happy to mention you and support you all the way. Sticks Outdoors, that's another channel. Absolutely fantastic. Dog Dad, yeah, he's out there. He's still ploughing on with his videos, and they are absolutely brilliant. He started on navigation. So any of you that have not done navigation in the past, Dog Dad Outdoors, he's starting a series of videos on navigation, and he's keeping it short and sweet, taking his time. Each one's going to take you a step further into the world of navigation. Absolutely brilliant there. TA Outdoors, as always. Okay, absolutely brilliant work, Mike. Yeah, you helped to inspire me with pushing on. Nick Goldsmith, okay, used to be Hidden Valley Bushcraft. Okay, still runs Hidden Valley. However, he's now doing his channel in his own name, and he's just done a walk for charity along the South Downs Way. That's a hell of a slog. Yeah. You got Junkyard Fox Outdoor Adventures. Yeah, thoroughly enjoyed those. Sent him a message. Yeah, great guy. Absolutely fantastic. Enjoying his videos. Here's a fun one for you. For any of you that are interested in wildlife, fascinated by wildlife and that, there's a very good channel out there called the Haggis Wildlife Foundation. Okay, that's really good. Really worth a look at. They really put some work into that. Stealth Car Camper, you're another one. Okay, enjoyed your videos, like your stuff, and I'm happy to recommend guys getting over there to have a look. And of course, Virginia Bushcrafter. Guys, thank you very much. I'm just going to have a peek back, see how many of you are on here. Benny, of course, mate. Yeah, no problem, mate. You've done the work. Get it out there. Stealth Car Camper, yeah, absolutely brilliant, mate. You've earned my recommendation and my respect.
Derek's not on this evening.
Virginia Bushcrafter. No, he normally joins us a little bit later. He's quite busy usually.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah. Rachel Wyatt. Yeah. Rachel is another one. Okay, so yeah, Rachel, I must admit, I've not had a look as yet. I will be over there first thing in the morning. I'll have a look. If I actually make a note of that, Rachel Wyatt, I'll pop over and have a look, and I will sub you my love. I do apologise, and I do apologise for calling you my love. I know in this modern world we're not supposed to do that, and I did have somebody fire up at me this week, not channel wise, but outside the channel, because I referred to them as mates. It's a difficult thing in this world today, isn't it? To try and talk to people in a manner that doesn't cause offence. Now, I'm a West Countryman. Okay?
I always call people lovely.
Yeah. I'm a West Countryman. So, all through my childhood, I heard the term "my lover."
Yep.
I'm my lover. Okay. And people get upset about me using terms like that, and I don't. It's not meant as a derogatory. It's not meant in a sexual orientation. It's a polite and friendly regional term, and they're wherever you go in the world in language, these vary from not just country to country, but county to county. Different terms, different methods.
It's like you use mucker. That's mucker.
That's
a soldier.
Yeah, it's an old military term. Me old mucker, bud. I worked with loads of Welsh guys over the years. Bud, you all right, bud? So I use that one. You know, we all use these terms, and it's difficult these days when you're. I'm sitting about it today. I was like, how did we get into a world where if I turn around to somebody, whether they're male or female, and say, "You're right, mate. How's it going?" Now, mate is an old term for a friend, for somebody you stand shoulder to shoulder with, a buddy, right? But now it's become something. Oh, you can't say that because you're saying you want to breed with that person. No, my mate, my friend, my like-minded person alongside me, somebody I would consider close enough to be a family member. Okay, it's just bloody word. So again, if I ever answer any of your comments and I use a term you don't like, just let me know. But please bear in mind, it isn't meant in any way as derogatory or disrespectful or anything like that. I'm just nearly 60 years old, and I've been using these terms ever since I was a kid. Okay, you know, it's like my dad used to say. You know, a twat's a twat and a friend's a friend. You know, it's just
Stev car camp as well, shouldn't he?
It's one of the beautiful things about being in the military is you don't have to sort of really worry about that
anymore. No, you don't.
It's like, you're going to be told you're going to be cool, whatever you're going to be cool. Take it.
What's the first thing that happens when you join the military? Okay, usually in a recruit phase, is you gain your nickname, isn't it? Right. So I know what yours is, and I know where it come from. But everybody does. But again, people get so upset these days. But in the military, Ginger's Ginge because he's ginger, and it marks him out from everybody else.
He's always chalk because their name's White.
Yeah, chalky. Yeah, that's the one that I. You know, you can't call somebody chalky. Why? His last name is White. Okay, it's just he was called Chalky because he was Chalky White. It's simple as that. You know, jock. How many jocks do you know in the military today? Right?
Not many.
Yeah, not many.
Really?
Not allowed to anymore. But in my day, it was, unless the guy actually physically got aggressive about it, went, "Don't call me that." Most people accepted it.
That's right. You just pointed out. It doesn't matter what you're called as long as you're not late for scoff.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you don't get anything.
Exactly that, Rachel. Yeah, call me what you like as long as it's not late for dinner. Exactly that. You know. I 2 or 3 mates over the years, Paddies, you know, they didn't take any insult by that because it wasn't anything meant behind it. Now, don't get me wrong, if you then put hate behind it, that's a different matter, isn't it? But if you're doing it with love and respect, and if you're somebody like me that can remember faces like that, not a problem, but names.
Good evening, Maximus.
Yeah. Oh, no good with names. Maximus, hi mate, how you doing? Hope you're good. All right. So there you go. Now there's another name there that I've just seen there, Maximus Smith. So I had a mate for years was called Blackie. Okay. And I couldn't figure it out. And I said, Blackie, what do they call him Blackie? What do they call him Blackie? And then eventually one day I just turned around and said, why do they call you Blackie? He said, because my last name's Smith. He said, Blacksmith. Ah, you know, and it's just well, it is.
You call your
Killer, sport, Billy, so you're quick on your feet then.
Mitch, you can probably agree with me on this with something from your past, is calling certain people in a community brother when you're not supposed to.
Yeah.
That can get you into a lot of trouble.
Yeah, well, I was within the motorcycle club world for many years, and I have many friends within lots of different motorcycle clubs, and some quite serious motorcycle clubs. And again, it's something you had to learn there. You know, they're brotherhoods, so you don't start referring to them as brother or bro. They can get quite offended by it. So again, I just dropped back to military terms. Me old mucker. You know, you all right, pal? How's it going? You know, it's
truly, we are all brothers, males, females.
We are all
even
brothers.
the dog.
Okay. You'll find me quite often. I slip when I'm out with people and that because I can't remember names. And I learned years ago. It's just actually really the name doesn't matter. It's the face you're making behind it. Okay. So you can turn around to somebody and I'd see somebody I hadn't seen for years and I'd walk up to them to say hi and that and I'll be like, I can't remember his name. So I just walk up and go, oh, mate, it's lovely to see you, Kenny. How you doing? I haven't seen you in ages.
So, Benny, did you get splinters in your bum? It's been sledging on rock.
Yeah, Benny Brothers in Arms. Yeah. And that's the thing, isn't it? I can refer to people from the military and that as brother. I can refer to people within the bushcraft world as brother, you know, or sister if they wish. Because again, it is a brotherhood. You know, there's a union name, isn't there? There's maybe a change for the future for the what we got, the community, the brotherhood of bushcraft. And we could all start wearing hooded robes, lighting candles, walking quietly
brothers
in the woods.
In the bush or brothers?
Brothers in the bush. Brothers of the bush. No, that sounds a bit Australian.
That's bad. It would be brothers
that almost sounded like you were about to start a cult then.
Maybe that's my cunning plan.
Oh, so you joined during the fun times?
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody cared about names. You just took what you were given.
Oh, Gary was saying someone had named Staines. His nickname was C.
My nickname was Thing.
Yes, you were a thing, weren't you?
Yeah, Thing. I was known as Thing of the Day. I have an inability to march. I tick-tock naturally. Okay. Much to the Staff Sergeant and the RSM's absolute dismay. I actually brought an RSM close to tears. With my inability to coordinate my feet and my hands.
Gary said he picks you as our leader.
Don't pick me as a leader, I'm not responsible. No, but yeah, the brotherhood of bushcraft. So,
yes, it can be misunderstood in certain circles.
Yeah, it's the way I like to see it, to be honest with you. We're all very much into the same thing. We all have a love of the outdoors, and through the channel here I've got to communicate with so many people from around the world in so many different environments and so many different countries with different rules, regulations, abilities, inabilities. Okay. You know, we
rules for us with like guns and things like that, and you know, camping and areas we can go compared to some of the ones abroad.
Well, that's it, isn't it? And it's like some of my brothers in America have this view that we have no firearms at all in the UK. And when I'm talking about firearms, that's how we're supposed to term them in the UK. But we do have firearms. Okay. We do shoot pistol. Okay, we have to have it turned into what we call a long-barreled stocked pistol. It's basically got a balance weight on it. It has to exceed a certain length. But there's gallery clubs, indoor clubs where we do that. We shoot. Game shooting, we do sport shooting, we do target shooting. In actual fact, we got a really, really good team. There's also a lot of hunting in the UK. And I believe, chatting to a friend of mine who's an American police officer, and she is in, I think it was California. And she was quite shocked because we were chatting about firearms, and she was over here having a holiday. She'd come over with her friends. And we were talking about how firearms are different, how the police work and that, because that was my job. My bread and butter for years has been firearms within the military as an instructor,
like
an armourer, and a trainer. Not like Benny.
Yes, Maximus, he's hoping to get up to Norfolk, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're going to read him a story.
Go read your little one a story, mate.
Stick of the dump.
Stick of the dump. Yeah. Benny, I've just got this picture, mate, of you doing all the movements and all the rest of it. But hey, God bless my friend. Take it easy. Look forward to catching up with you soon. Look forward to the next video. Take it easy, Benny. Have a great day. So again, I was chatting away to her, and she said, "Oh, you know, well, what do you?" Because we were talking about hunting. She hunted herself. She said, "What do you use?" I said, "Well, I said I shoot 308 for deer management." And I said, I also shoot a couple of other calibers as well, and they're moderated. And she moderated. I said, yeah, you know, you probably term it as a silencer. I said, we call them moderators. I said, it's a bipoded weapon with a scope, with a variable mag on it and that, and has night illumination equipment. I can go infrared with it. And she went, you couldn't have that in the States. I said, why not? She said, you definitely couldn't have it where I am. She said, because it'd be classed as a sniper rifle. She said, what ammunition do you use? I said, well, the difficulty in the UK for pest and vermin control is quite simply that you can only use hollow point for pest and vermin. Or no, you can only get hollow or soft pointed ammunition, okay, or fragmenting ammunition for hunting. For target shooting or for when you first get your license, it's all full metal jacket. And again, she was horrified by that. She was saying to me, it's the other way around in the States, because the full metal jacket apparently can penetrate body armor. And there's lots of restrictions on what you can have. But actually being able to just go out and have a rifle that was pretty much what she described as a sniper rifle. TikToking in the army, exactly that job. So again, you know, things vary depending where you are in the world. One of the ones I'm enjoying at the moment, I think, is brilliant. Derek doing his urban survival. So it's an interest to see how urban survival would change where he is in Oregon, US, to urban survival here in the UK in an end of world situation, and how it may change if you live somewhere, say in Asia or somewhere in Germany. And this is one of the thought processes you have to have is like what I show and what I demonstrate here might not work for somebody else, but it's nice for them to see. Junkyard Fox, he's in Texas, he does a lot in the desert. And I find that fascinating because, again, I have no deserts. So I get to watch his system, but also when I'm watching your videos, I'm admiring and enjoying your environment. I'm immersing myself in your environment. Virginia Bushcrafter, you know, your videos are fantastic because I'm enjoying watching how your colours are changing at the moment and comparing it to my woodland here and the similarities there.
Get SA80. Yeah.
Get SA80. Yeah, there were issues. Yeah, but then, yeah, I'm old enough and long enough in the tooth to have seen that with so many different weapon systems throughout the world. Yeah, right. So I was that guy. I was Mr. TikTok. But I had skill sets and abilities that marked me above in another world. So when I got told, okay, don't you ever be anywhere where somebody's going to be watching our guys parading or marching, find you another job to do. And I did.
RPG?
SLR, SMGs. Yeah, I'm long enough in the tooth to remember the SLR as his Mac and the SMG. Yeah. No, Virginia, it's what it's about, mate. It's again, there are so many people out there in the YouTube world which are brilliant providers of knowledge. There are also a lot of guys out there that, rather than accept the fact that they're sharing their knowledge with people that may be in different environments, maybe in different situations, maybe in different countries, can't get the kit, rules and regs are different for them there for them to practice and so on. sit there and point fingers at us and say, no, you've got to do it this way, or such and such is wrong because he does it that way. And I think the secret to being prepared, being a survivalist, being a bushcrafter, and that is to be open-minded. Be open-minded. What I said right at the beginning of the video, one man's meat is another man's poison, you know, and you have so many variables to take into account when you're demonstrating and showing that you show what's best for you, but accept the fact that somebody else may be disabled, might not have the mobility. They may be watching your videos purely and simply because they want that chance to see the countryside. They may be wanting to learn new techniques. So again, I try and keep it simple, sweet, open-minded, fun, and engaging if I can. Yeah.
Very true, Martin.
Oh, you know, you can't keep them all happy. There's been a couple of people I've fallen out with, and there was one in particular I ended up blocking him from the channel purely and simply because his attitude I didn't feel fitted in. And my attitude to it is quite simple. I don't mind people giving me a negative comment. I don't mind people saying, I think you're wrong, mate, but explain yourself, give me a reason, and give me a chance to, you know, put my point across. But the guy was very, very negative, very, very, you know, anti.
What's one, Jim?
Cheers, Jim. I appreciate that, mate. When you were in the army, Centurion was a rank, not a tank, eh, Mick? Very, very good. I'll raise I shall raise my glass slowly to you, my friend.
Yeah.
Yes, Mac, I've not seen anything from Sam in a while. Hopefully, I haven't offended him or done anything to upset him. But if I have, then I can only apologise. Hopefully, he'll get hold of me and say, you know, he's okay. He's just off doing something else. Or
Jim said he loves
busy.
you anyway.
Yeah, mate, not a problem. Not a problem. Yeah, because you have to be. Yeah, again, if you're gonna, one of the things I realised very quickly, if you're gonna open yourself up to this world and become a content maker, you've got to accept that not everybody's going to agree with you, and I'm cool with that, absolutely cool with that. Not everybody's going to like me, you know, and I don't expect people to like me. As Martin's just said, it's actually about respect. If I show respect, then respect. I think John Wayne made the comment that he never disrespected a man in his life. I will not stand for another man to disrespect him. Yeah, so where were we going? Well, waffling.
Good evening, Percy. Are you here? Are you there?
Yeah, Percy.
Did you get rumbled?
Are you okay? Because I know you were in an earthquake zone this weekend. Hopefully you're all right. We were sitting there having a bit of a panic and a flap about you, my friend.
I did send him a message.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's always trolls.
I haven't, Gary. I haven't, Gary. I'll have a look. Make a note of that one.
Kimber.
Yeah.
I'll write it down.
Yeah. I'll have a look at that one, Gary. FU crew, hello, mate. Yeah.
FU crew, hello.
Thank you for the blessings. Right, 108. So I'll put the shout out again now. And again, this is purely and simply so that everybody knows that it's open and honest.
I'm glad you're okay then, Pete.
Yeah, just to let you know, and again, it's you call it clarity, being open and giving clarity. Okie dokes, my giveaway winners were Gary Lund 419, who won the stove, and BJ Harris, who won the pack. So anybody that's just, I know Gary's there and he's saying it again. That's just anybody that's joining us now. Later in the evening, they know that the draw's been called, and those are the guys that won it. And again, if anybody gets hold of anybody at any time and ever states that you've won something or you're getting a gift from me or whatever, and there's a fee or anything behind it,
there's a lot of scams going around on
put the phone down
YouTube at the moment.
Or see if you can find their address and we'll pay them a visit, because there are some nasty people out there that need to be hole in the woods. Okay, so Sunday social's going to go on, because again, it's a chance to engage, and I love it.
It's the week after, not next week, the week after. The channel's going to be a bit later.
Yes.
We're
yes, good point.
We're away.
Yes, so Sunday live stream
on the
17th of December. Okay, we won't be going live at 2000 hours UK time, and I'll explain to you all why in all open and honesty. My dear mum on the Isle of Wight, which is, for those of you who don't know, is
the most expensive water.
It's about a 60-mile drive from here, and then it's a ferry crossing of about an hour and a bit if you come from Southampton. One of the most expensive ferry crossings in the world. But my dear old mum, she's on the island caring for her husband who's quite ill. And so she gets a little bit lonely. I shoot over there quite regularly and help her out. And me, my son, my granddaughter, Kaz, my
Sammy.
daughter-in-law, and the dogs are all going to go over and visit her for the day. However, we were limited on the times we could get the ferries to and from. Basically, they're fully booked. So we're not going to be able to get on the ferry at the Isle of Wight till about 6 in the evening.
Yeah, it won't get into Portsmouth for about 7.
It won't get to Portsmouth till about 7 o'clock. Then by the time I've got home, saying I'm going to go live that night at 8 is pushing it too fine. So we're going to go live that night at 9 o'clock. So that's 2100 hours on Sunday the 17th, 17th of December. So it's going to be an hour later that night, unfortunately. I do apologise if it makes that difficult for any of you guys out there.
But we'll make up for it by having the New Year's Eve.
Yeah. But New Year's Eve, we will be having the bushcraft boogie on the channel. So yeah, we decided we will go live on New Year's Eve, purely simply because you're our friends.
We'll put some lights out, we'll put some poppers.
Yeah, you're our friends, and we're happy to share New Year's Eve with you guys. And of course, if those of you that are going out to parties, visiting family, friends, loved ones, and so on, I won't hold it against you. No, go and do it. Enjoy yourselves. Have a great time.
Drink sensibly.
Then let us go. Let us know the following Sunday how you got on.
Yeah, as John said, it's not a problem for them because.
Excellent, John. That was always my concern. You know, it's like doing the channel. New Year's Eve. Yeah, there'll be a cigar on New Year's Eve. Of course there will.
Yeah, that would be lovely.
That would be lovely, Matt. You're more than welcome.
Yeah.
I will come and pick you up and bring you over, mate. Okay, you come and join us for New Year's Eve, my friend.
Be Max in the house.
Yeah, be Mac in the house. Yeah, we'll be more than happy to have you here, mate.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's sorry, the dog's getting a cuddle. I was like, huh.
Yeah, he was biting my leg.
You're just getting.
Yes, definitely down the condensation, Jim. It won't be the fact that people are help themselves. Yeah. Best behaviour. Don't you dare.
A Big Mac for New Year.
Yeah.
Rachel.
Do we have nibbles?
I've heard the rumours about him. Where are we going from there? Let me have a look at my notes. I sit here every week and write up bullet points.
Tomorrow we're going out to purchase a stove.
Yes.
Someone's made.
A friend of ours who used to be in the bike club with us has made a gas bottle stove for the back garden. So we're going to go over and pick that up. So that'll be another one I'll probably do if it's, show you guys a bit about it and that. So yeah, this year. So we're going to do more gear.
I think he's actually got his phone downstairs, Gary, so he won't know until after the channel.
Yeah, I won't know until afterwards. More reviews, more kicks. I think that's what some of you guys are looking forward to. A few more adventures. So this coming year,
a bit more cooking, because people did ask for some more recipes.
There will be more cooking. We've got a list of bits we want to do.
We haven't got any snow. Everyone in the UK has had snow, but us.
Reviews and trips out. So this year, me and Mac are going to do a couple of road trips. Hopefully meet up with some of you guys around the country. Okay.
What I'll do, Rachel, is I'll start helping him check his emails so that he does reply to people, because he didn't reply to Rachel either.
Sorry, Rachel. I am so sorry. What I've got to do, and I'll tell you what it is now. I've got to get Kaz to sit down with me, because I'm still trying to figure out this technology stuff. So I've thought I've answered both you, and I've obviously done something wrong. Yes, definitely, Matt. Once we get some snow,
Tommy's put him in a sausage.
It's a sausage dog. He don't care.
It actually seems quite comfortable.
Yeah, he don't care. So me and Matt will be getting out in the snow. We've already talked about that, and which shelter we're going to use and how we're going to set up for it.
You're going roving out, and I'll just guard. Yeah. But now we've got the car sorted out. You better go out.
I tell you, Katrina, one of the scariest nights I've ever had had thunder snow. Okay, I'd never seen it before in my life, and the only way I can describe it as the worst thunderstorm you've ever seen, but instead of rain, it was snow, and it was like a blizzard. It literally put inches on the ground in minutes. It was, and with the lightning and the snow, God, it was a scary night. 2 inches over the last 2 nights. Yeah. Don't worry about him. It's quite funny. If little furry swine is, I think it's because he's got his puppy coat. He gets a little bit too warm, and I think. Yeah. I do apologise. Those of you that I thought I've answered your emails, I've obviously not done it correctly. So I'll get Kaz to go back through it with me tomorrow. We'll sit down here. I'll go back through the emails.
I'll administrate him.
She'll administrate me. Yeah. Yeah. There's that, or I can do it by semaphore. I should get the flags out and start doing semaphore. 4 inches. Oh. So we've got nothing here.
Yeah, you get nothing. Not even a sprinkle.
And I know a lot of people don't like snow, but I absolutely.
Yeah. Shh.
I do enjoy snow. I enjoy the fresh, clean Christmas of it.
The UK have been a really wet autumn, haven't we?
Yeah. I should have looked back through some of these.
I think it's fun for Willow to see a bit of snow. Mind you, he's little legs, and he's still intact, so that's a lot of stuff very close to the snow. You've seen it, haven't you? But I've never seen thunder snow.
Yeah, thunder snow. It's mag dumping Yeah, it's a bloody scary thing. That's a scary thing when some lunatic decides to mag dump into the air.
Just recently they did that at a wedding, didn't they, in
Yeah.
Egypt?
Yeah.
And shot the groom in the head.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is weird. Yeah, thunder snow. So I can't say too much about where I was or what I was doing, but I was out sort of flat on my belly in a fairly wild environment. Yeah, and that really, 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 really threw me. FU crew, I understand exactly where you're coming from, my friend. Exactly where you're coming from. Like we've had some very similar experiences. You got kids a snow machine, lovely. Yeah, stealth car camper. If it snows there, you're grabbing the kit and heading out. Yeah,
Mac and Mac will
me and Mac will be doing the same thing. It's quite funny, and it's you get that you sit there when everybody else is going, cool, blimey, I'll be glad to be sat indoors or so. The bushcraft prepping the survival world, it's like, yeah, it's snow. A chance to put yourself against it. Okay. You know, it's a chance to get out there into an environment that you don't get to push yourself against very often. And that is part of it as well. It's pushing yourself, knowing you've still got it. Cheers, FU. Yeah, it's knowing you've still got that will, that drive, that determination, the knowledge and the ability to put yourself in that environment. Although I will say, this year, for the first time ever, I started noticing the cold. Probably circuitry in my age and that, but yeah, I am noticing the cold. So again, I've got to adapt my techniques, my systems. I've got to be a little bit more aware of how the environment's impacting on me. It seems like only yesterday. Yeah, definitely won't want the Mozzie net back.
No, I know you need the Mozzie rack. No.
Yeah,
thermals probably.
Mind you, Mac, you could spray it white, fleck it a little bit, and use it as scrim. Okay, just that moving around in the bushes. You know?
Yes, I did notice a video earlier on today that someone actually was saying you can use scrim to purify water, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I wouldn't. I wouldn't use scrim for purifying water. It's got holes in it.
It's funny. It's now that time of year that you go through your kit and you start changing things around. Like I've got my hand warmers in my go bag, but you know it's the things you don't need anymore. You don't need your insect bite stuff, and that can come out and you replace.
Yeah, well, that's it. It's another adventure. It's a chance to have a bit of fun. It's a chance to do something different, like I say, in a different environment.
Yeah, I get it. I have to watch my knees. My knees get really bad.
Well, that's the thing.
My hands because of the arthritis and that.
Yeah. Yeah. See the one I'm laughing at?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. First stage pre-filter. Yeah. It takes the house bricks out of the water. In actual fact, scrim makes a good fishing net, I suppose. There's a filtering fish out the water. Yeah, I watched the same article as Kaz, and the guy got a scrim face net out and went, yeah, could use this as a filter. You could bundle it up, put it into a bottle, something like that, pack it down, stone, sand, grit, and all the rest of it above it. Yeah, you could use it as a sponge stage for your filter, but most of us talk about filtering or pre-filtering. We're talking about something like a cotton cloth, and that is really, or a millbank bag or something similar to that, or shamag. That's going to act as your pre-filter. That's going to get the worst of the debris and the muck out. And I did have somebody ask me why pre-filter, and as I explained to them, I said if you're using something like a Sawyer Mini Pro, or you're using one of the or Grail or any of the other filter systems out there, if you've gone to the point of actually having to have a filter or use a filter, the worst thing you don't want to do is clog it up. So if you can pre-filter out the larger debris, which is going to clog it faster, all the better. And the other thing I've noticed with a couple of other guys is they don't take the millbank bag and a rolling boil. You can't go wrong with a rolling boil. People don't take out the kit for cleaning their filters. I mean, you take the Sawyer Mini, so you get the syringe with that, and that's for backwashing your filter, cleaning your filter. So, and somebody said, well, how the hell do you do that? If you're backwashing your filter, you're putting dirty water into it. And I thought, well, the obvious is take your clean water, have some clean water, and backwash it with that. But there you go. Yeah, improvised millbank bags, basically anything that's going to act as a filter to get the particulates out. Or as somebody used to say to me years ago, get the bits out that get stuck in your teeth. Okay, if you can get rid of those bits,
as long as you get the majority of it out, you're not going to have a problem.
Yeah, as long as you boil it, good rolling boil, that will cure most of your ills. Yeah. Excellent, Rachel. So you
night, Tracy.
Night, Tracy. Night,
and night, Phil.
Phil, take it easy, and Sparky. See you in the morning for a coffee. Yeah, so you're right there, Rachel. If you're pre-filtering or you're filtering, you use a piece of material, you're boiling. Yeah, it's the way to go. You're going to get just as good an effect as you are with tabs and filters. No, with tabs. Filters only have the bonus that a lot of filters will take out heavy metals and chemicals. They'll help filter those out. Not all of them will get them out 100%, but any reduction in it is a bonus. But if you're in somewhere where you know you're going to get water that isn't contaminated with heavy metals or anything like that, then boiling is the simplest option. And quite often, on option jobs where I know the water source, or even just on trips where I know the water source is good, that's all I do. Millbank bag, boil it. Okay, save the filter for when I come across those situations where I'm looking at the water and thinking, ain't so good, but I've got to drink something. So, that's you can adapt and use your methods and your techniques. When I did the video in Devon, that's one of the techniques I used down there. On the following morning, we topped up our water before we went, and I literally took the water off of the stream and boiled it, pre-filtered it, boiled it, and that was it. Top up from there, and away we went. No side effects or issues, because I know the water there is clean. There's no real excuse me, no real issues. So it worked.
Fast flowing water is always better than still water, isn't it?
Yeah. Moving water. Always try and take from moving water. Yeah, carbon filters are the way to go. Good quality carbon or charcoal filter will remove literally 99% of chemicals. If it wasn't free, it wasn't for me. Like that, Rachel. There's a good comment. I like that. So, yeah, so you use the techniques that are going to work for you, and you adapt them to the environment and the situation you're in. And you also have to ration your kit, aren't you? See, again, I'm looking at my filter, and I'm thinking that's got a finite life to it. If I've got a clean water source that I can get away with just boiling it, just boil it. There may be, if I'm on the move, maybe a case that I don't have time to light a fire. It may be in a tactical position where I'm not, I have no ability to make fire. It's going to give a big giveaway. The Sawyer Mini is a great friend to me. Again, because I can use it as a straw. You know, I don't have to put it in the bag. I don't have to go through pressurising it. I can literally just use it as straw and suck the water up from course. Yeah. Well,
But it take them too much.
But that again, Rachel, is the prepared mode. Okay. So when I go out on my camps or my days out, you know, it seems like overkill. But quite often, I'll take the larger water container with me, and I've got 10 litres of water. I don't need anywhere near 10 litres of water. However, if the fire gets carried away, if somebody gets burnt, if the vehicle decides to blow a hose and needs topping up, okay, I've got all those facilities there in that 10 litres of water. So where possible, carry it. Where not possible, and there are situations where you are working on very limited water, then make sure you've got the options to be able to deal with it from there.
That's a good idea, John.
But it's just mindset.
Using fish tank carbon to replace carbon filters and his.
Yeah, that's good thinking. Yeah, I never thought of that. Carbon fish tank filter.
Because they've just taken all the elements out of the.
Yeah, it removes the contaminants, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And cheaper.
It's okay if you can take bottled water everywhere, but you know, in some situations you're not going to be get.
Been in a couple of situations where
water.
Yeah, you've had it as well, Tommy. You go out, best planning in the world. Your bladder's filled, your bottle's filled. You get out there, things change. The day moves on. You go place to place to place. Next thing you know, you're starting to think to yourself, "Bloody hell, I'm running short. When's the next resup? When am I next going to be able to?" With best planning in the world, it can go tits up. It can go tits up very, very quickly.
It can, and thankfully for myself, I've never actually been in that situation before. There have been a couple of times where it's been very hot during the year, and we've been doing training, and we've had to go stop. We need to refill everyone's bottles and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, you need those. You need to learn those skills.
Definitely. Oh yeah, you definitely learn it. I mean, let's face it, in a war zone, nobody's going to be running around with 20-litre jerry cans.
Yeah, I made a note of that, Mac.
It's like, even myself, it's like I carry 2 1-litre bottles of water, and then I've got my Camelback in my day sack as well, and that carries about 2 litres of water, 3.
Yeah, so, normally it's 3 litres, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like.
You can go through 3 litres bloody quick when you
very
quickly. Yourself. Yeah.
It's like all it takes is a 2-section attacks on a very hot day of the year, and you
start swigging on that. Yeah. And again, water discipline. So that's another thing, isn't it? Having water discipline. You've got to find there's a fine line between extreme water discipline, i.e., almost running your body at a point of dehydration, to make the water last, or actually using the water as you need it. To move on, and again, there are many different schools of thought on this. I tend to use my water as I need it. I tend to use my water as I need it, but I've always got a marker point where I go. When I get to that point, right, I would have I'm working on a premise, constantly looking for water. So whenever there's a chance to resup. Yeah. Anytime there's a chance to replenish.
John's just saying it.
Even if you've only had a couple of swigs out the water bottle, fill it back up. But if you get to that point where you have that mental marker in your bladder, your kit, whatever, or your bladder's used up, you've now gone to your water bottle. You go, now I've got to think carefully. You know, I've got a litre of water there. That's 24 hours.
Yeah, Johnson said he went for his lake trip. He took a 6-litre bladder with him. It leaked in the back of the car down into the spare tyre area. So now he keeps a water kit.
Yeah,
as a backup.
But that's just it, isn't it? Best planning in the world. It can go wrong.
Yeah.
And that's your preparedness, your survivor mindset is, okay, that's happened. Okay, what do I go to now? So, and again, because John's up on his survival and his preparedness, he's got his filter kit and he knows he's at a lake. Although, yeah, you just got to watch what lives in.
I remember my instructor from Phase 1 training. He went out. He was deployed to Afghan several times at that point, and he was telling me how one of his lads in his section, like fucking when they came under contact, he was very close to getting hit by a bullet, but pierced his water bottle, and it's like they weren't getting back to like the forward operating base until quite late that day, if at all possible. So what the boys had to do was start rationing out their water amongst everyone else.
Split the water.
Yeah, it's a very dangerous move because you've got other people like have got medical conditions and stuff like that.
Yeah, guys start going down dehydration.
It's like as soon as that one, it's like you know, it's like a couple of years back, I learned very hard about water discipline with going down with a heat injury.
Yeah.
So I learned very hard that day.
The thing is, that's it, isn't it? With best will and planning, you've got to have a system for what do we do if, and again, that is just mental mindset. That is carry that constant what if, and again, in this modern world, you have to be careful. You're not labelled paranoid, okay? So again, I don't walk around walking into buildings going, excuse me, can you tell me where the fire escape's just in case a building catches fire? But I go in and I observe and I'll look, and part of my method of walking into a new building is where's the lift, where's the stairs, where's the fire escape? Every time me and Kaz have gone and stayed in a hotel, I'll walk to the window. First thing I want to do when I get to the window is look out. Is there a way out? Is there an emergency way down here? I'll go out and walk the corridor, figure out where the fire escape is.
That comes down to military training, though.
It is.
When you see those people, it's like, say you walk into a bar, right, and everyone else is chilling out, but you see that one person in the corner that's switched on.
Yeah.
It's like he's either going to be a problem or he knows what he's doing.
Yeah. And again, it's a mindset. It is a practiced mindset. And again, it's one of those mindsets. If you don't use it, you lose it.
Yeah. It's like Lee was saying about electrolytes.
Yeah.
How important they are as well.
Oh, of course, yeah. You can't.
For a night out.
Night out or bad stomach. Or,
you can't. That's the thing. Just water. So water is a great hydrant, but you're losing all those salts and minerals through your sweat all the time, and they're essential.
There's actually an interesting concept about how using 30 days straight, drinking only water. That's your only source of
nutrient.
The nutrient. Yeah. And I was told by my dentist about this, and funny enough, I think it was Ed Sheeran actually who just gave up alcohol completely, and he lost about 2 stone.
Yeah. Well, alcohol, calorific value of alcohol is through the roof.
So it's like really, before any of all this whole modern day, like way back in the medieval period, it's like what did they used to drink? They used to drink things like mead and stuff, but not on a regular basis. No. Their main source of what's the word I'm looking for here? Hydration came from well water.
Yeah. Well
water.
Standard SOPs. SOPs. So standard operating procedures. Practice it, build it, make it a mindset, carry it with you. You go to leave. I mean, I watched somebody's video today, and he said, "Oh, well, you don't carry your first aid kit when you go out normally, day by day."
Well, you do.
Bloody do.
It's like saying you don't carry your wallet or your purse.
I don't carry my full first aid kit, but I've got a tourniquet and dressing with me. Derek.
Good evening, Derek.
YouTube gnomes, definitely out there. Derek, just to let you know, my friend, we've announced the winners of the giveaway. It was Gary Lund won the stove and BJ Harris won the pack. So, we're going to be getting that gear out to them. Derek, I hope you're very well. Loved your video, mate.
Yeah,
absolutely adored it. That was fantastic.
And I love the Christmas one.
I've watched it 3 times now. I watched it up here. I watched it downstairs. And then when Jason come around that evening, we sat and watched it. Okay? Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, carry your kit with you all the time. Yeah, always got gear with you. Always got a bladed implement on me.
What you were saying about the medical kit, I've got a first aid kit in my car.
Yeah.
Well, I stopped wearing leather belts because when I used to buy them, I actually used to punch holes extra holes in them.
Yeah.
So if I ever needed to use it as a tourniquet, I could. Since then, I've found these elastic ones.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Where what you can do is, decide if you want to show it on camera, is you can poke anywhere a hole in it.
Yeah.
And it becomes a belt.
Well, there we go. So we're just talking. So as you know, Tommy's military. So he's just saying that he no longer carries a tourniquet with him. Right? In his civilian world, he carries one of these elasticated belts because the belt can come up, okay, and it will poke a hole anywhere and act as a tourniquet, okay, and it's an elasticated belt.
Not a great one, but use what you got.
It will do the job. And I giggled because I personally use one of these, okay. Now, these belts
it's a belt off.
are made by Lesky Air. It's basically a simple belt system. How it works is there's your release for your belt buckle if you're using the loo, whatever, in the woods. Okay, when you take the belt off at night, you click that and you leave the whole belt in one piece and you just slide that out. Okay, comes off nice and easy. Now the bonus of these belts is, again, in a situation, you can use that. It's an elasticated 1-inch slip, so it can be used as a tourniquet. But the nice thing is, to lock it, you just literally hit that, and that locks it.
Yeah.
When you need to release it, you can release it like that. So it literally, it's an elasticated belt. You can come over, and it's locked. You can do multiple wraps if you needed to. Okay, if it's really severe, and then you can feed it back under itself. Okay, so an elasticated belt, absolutely brilliant. So again, people say to me, "You're not carrying a tourniquet." Yeah, I'm carrying a tourniquet, and the bonus with that is it's so big because it's designed to go around me because I'm big. So again, that's a Lesky Air. Well worn. You can see that one's had a few years out of it. And again, to release the belt, if you're using a loop, just grab those two belt releases. Okay, goes back in. Okay, you can undo your belt like that at night if you wanted to. What I tend to do, I tend to just unthread it at night and it leaves the buckle together. Nice, easy, simple bit of kit. That and an Israeli bandage or a good quality trauma dressing. Yeah, you can deal with any bleeds. And let's face it, again, when we're talking about first aid kits, we're talking about preservation of life.
John wants to know whether that would take a side on.
Yes, it would, John. It would. That would take a holster quite easy. In fact, actually, like
it's not because it's lacquer.
Tommy's bread and butter is sidearms. Okay, same as mine was.
Anything weapons related.
Yeah.
Anything weapons. That would take a holster, no problem at all.
It's quite thick belt.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
No, it's actually. I'll actually go so far as to say that's actually better than the materials which are actually used in the holsters now.
Yeah, I'd agree with you there. Hence, I wear it. John, definitely. It's full length elastic the whole way down. It's a very good quality web.
Night, Katrina. Nice to see you.
That would support your sidearm, your spare mags, med pouch. I mean, on that, I have carried around my middle. Around my middle on that, I've carried two water bottles, full med kit, quite comfortably. It supports it with no issue at all. So that's running around with 2 litres of water on my belt and a full tactical med kit, plus bushcraft knife and so on and so on and so on. Very, very comfortable. And the nice thing is there's no holes punched in it. So it adjusts to what you need. Okay. So again, and we've all had it. You put your belt on in the morning, do your belt up. By lunchtime, it's cutting you in half. Nice thing with this, you just hit a clip, release a little bit of pressure, tension it back to comfortable, and it's done. You go out and have a big meal. Yeah. Again, it extends with you. So yeah, I can recommend that. It's a good bit of kit.
Gary was saying they got some of those. He's got some of those style on from Temu. They're about £2.
Yeah, that one I think was Amazon.
It was Amazon.
It was Amazon, yeah. Was Amazon. That's actually the second one I've owned. The first one I gave away to Jason, wasn't it?
Yeah, because he was always remembering with a leather belt. He never had apart from your thingy belt, green.
Yeah, apart from the web belts, I always wore a leather belt. I always used to wear a very thick leather belt. But I've gone over to that now because it's just more efficient. Not a problem, Rachel. Not a problem. Yeah, Mac will recommend it as well. So again, Rachel. So within this channel, so obviously firearms have been my bread and butter for years, and I know not everybody's comfortable around them. I don't do firearms on my channel, as so to speak, again because there are restrictions within YouTube on that sort of thing, especially for us here in the UK. However, I push for a what can you call it, responsible approach to it. Okay, I see them as tools. They're equipment to be used in certain fields and in certain ways of life, and in some countries, okay, they are a standard way of life, and I personally have no issue with that. It's not my place to comment on it. Okay, the only thing I advocate and I push for at all times is responsible use. And I know Derek and John are both advocates of safe and responsible use of firearms.
It's very easy to speak your mind on your philosophies of life when it comes to firearms, should we say.
Yeah.
It's very easy for people nowadays. It's like you say, what some parts of the world it's your bread and butter, while other parts it's not the norm, but it's unless you're into that sort of thing.
I've seen it from both sides. I've seen good and bad within it both ways in different parts of the world. I'm not talking about America or Australia, but I've travelled enough to have seen what impact it can be. And the biggest thing is with it, and it's the same thing as we come back to with our bushcraft knives and everything else, it's not the tool. No. It's not the equipment, it's the person behind it. And a lot of that comes back down to education and sensible law making. I'm not advocating a reduction of the regulations here in the UK, quite simply because my own experiences in the UK, there are a lot of people in my time I wouldn't want them to have access to firearms. Okay, whereas
you don't want too much.
Touching a little bit close to
too much Gatorade.
Yeah.
I'm still a backhand, Martin, with the old catapult.
Oh, we actually have one of them.
Black Widow.
No.
Catapult.
Catapult, on Black Widow.
We had to. I can't say on YouTube because I might get pulled into court. But we had to use one.
Irresponsible squaddies playing with catapults. I don't know. What do you expect?
It was a potato launching thing. It's fine.
Spud gun.
Yeah. Oh yes, Polish Army bread bag. It's a good bit of kit, isn't it?
Lee said, has YouTube made you change your intro? I think he moves. You swap about, don't you?
They are not making me change my intro, although I'm having to change a couple. So since becoming monetized, again, £14.95. Woo! There have been a couple of not strikes or anything like that, but they through the system they said, right, I've got about 5 videos I can't be monetized on because the music that I've used there, although it initially was from a free to stream site, it's the person who owns the music has now turned around and said, no, I want copyright for that. It doesn't mean the videos have got to come down, but it means they can't be monetized. There are certain things that I've got in videos that have been picked up with where I've been advised to not been told I have to remove them, been told just it's got to follow the guidelines. And to be honest with you, the guidelines are there for a sensible reason. Okay, see a lot of sense in it. I can see a lot of I mean, bear in mind YouTube. I mean, we sit there and we all look at it from our own spec. YouTube is a worldwide.
For me, I love Fail.
Yeah,
Fail Army.
It's a worldwide facility. And what's good one place isn't necessarily good another. So again, they're trying to find a balance, and they're also a money-making organisation. So it's like with the adverts. So I've clicked as my request on my adverts is not to have adverts in the middle. Okay, adverts at the beginning and the end. I've no problem with that, because at the end of the day, that's how they make their money, and they pay me an amount from that. And it's a pittance, it's a tiny amount, but as the channel grows, once we're up to 1 million subscribers, yeah, I'll be able to buy my Jag.
Those Polish bread bags are really good, Gary. Yeah, I'm not surprised that he said that a couple of his workmates have got them as well. Yeah. Teach about all sorts of everything, can't you?
Oh, God, yeah. I mean, the thing with kids,
I'm an information junkie. I love it.
Okay, kids are sponges. They soak up information so much quicker than us as adults. They're also enthusiastic, and there's nothing any kid likes more. You got to think about your own childhood, getting out there and having fun, using your imagination. And I think great therapy comes for adults as well, and allowing yourself to be a big kid at times. I've often had people say to me, "You're being childish. You're being a big kid. Look at you, building a camp. What are you doing?" I'm having fun, not hurting anybody. I'm doing something I'm enjoying doing for the fun, purely for the fun and pleasure of doing it. And I had one couple who were walking their dog and wanted to know what I was up to in the woods. And I said, I explained to them what I was doing. And the guy said to me, "Oh, you're just being childish." And I said, "Well, yeah, but I'm enjoying myself." And I said, "I feel sorry for you." He said, "Why do you feel sorry for me?" I said, "Well, if your life is that stuck up and miserable that you can't remember the pure pleasure of being a kid, or as a kid you were never allowed the freedom to actually enjoy yourself," I said, I can only pity you and feel sorry for you. And again, it's one of the sad things. It's like, I know Benny's had one of his camps trashed. Right? How frustrating is that? But again, if you're in public access land, it might not necessarily be somebody who's come along, done it out of spite. It can be kids that come along. Kids build all sorts of fun and games up in their minds, and they decide, there's a strange man living in the woods. There's always fear and phobia everywhere. So again, don't take it to heart. Don't let it, Benny, don't let it break you, mate, because it's not worth doing. It's just a challenge of doing it. Yeah, go back in time and ding you. They certainly do, John.
We're lucky. Our boys have always been outside.
I'm quite lucky, Lee. I've been working, or I say working, not working. I've been going along giving some talks with the Scouts quite recently, and you know what? There are. I think media's partly to blame. We only ever see one image of young people, but there's a lot of youngsters out there that do it purely because they enjoy doing it, and they do have the enthusiasm for the outdoors. Again, not just in the Scouts and in the Army cadets, the Sea cadets, and that. There's a lot of people still getting out there and having their fun. Media is very quick to show one image, and I think, yeah, the best will in the world to them. Just get out there and have your fun. And if you're a kid that doesn't enjoy doing that, then fine, that's not an issue. As long as you find something you do get pleasure in.
Yeah, age is but a number, isn't it, John? It's
exactly that, John. Exactly that.
I said he misses. It's hard for him to find kids his own age. That's why he likes make sure not to miss the Sunday.
Well, I think that's turning. I think that is turning. I think they're when you look at the growth. I mean, I was reading an article the other day. The fastest growing trend in the UK, is bushcraft and prepping. Okay? It's a massively growing trend. They reckon it's going to take over from a lot of things, and camping as well. There's a lot of people rediscovering, especially after COVID. COVID took away all our freedoms for getting outside. It left us with all the technology.
You couldn't fly abroad, could you?
It left us with all the technology. It left us with all the junk of modern life. It left us with all the things that we've been told to expect and enjoy. You could shop online, you could get it delivered, you could.
Well, you couldn't during COVID,
you got
could
your
you?
computer and that. But we suddenly realised the outdoors, that freedom of just being able to go for a walk was taken away from us. A lot of people suddenly realised how much they were missing it.
I will admit I was a little bit naughty throughout COVID, where because the roads were completely empty and you didn't have these, for lack of a better word, annoying drivers, who know what I'm talking about. I was like, the roads are quiet, I'm taking my motorcycle out because A, it's a leisure activity, B, I've got my helmet on with my visor down, I'm not spreading it to anyone else, I'm not stopping for fuel or anything like that, and C, it's like I didn't have any of these drivers. It's like,
I
didn't have to worry about being sidelined at a roundabout or something.
Got out and enjoyed the freedom.
I was a little bit naughty, and I did abuse it a little bit, but it's like at the end of the day I didn't go near anyone or anything like that.
At the end of the day, you were isolated in your helmet. But again, it's that. Yeah, people suddenly realise what they're missing. A lot of people that maybe hadn't been for a walk in years, or didn't go for walks normally, or didn't get out to the countryside. Suddenly, when they're told you physically can't, you're not allowed to. That's when the mindset suddenly goes, hang on.
I've always done that.
Well, maybe I haven't for 10 years, but I should be allowed to. And then they start, the more they think about it, the more they suddenly realise, I miss it. Because again, we got into this world of bubbles, haven't we? Over the last sort of 20 years, our bubbles become smaller and smaller with technology, with the computer, with how busy we are from working from home and everything else. But we always had the freedom to be able to say, do you know what, I'm going to take the dog for a 10-minute walk. Do you know what, I'm going to pop in the woods. Whether you did or didn't, you had that freedom to. And then when somebody says to you, no, you can't, you must stay within, that's when the trigger goes. And I think that's why these things are...
Skynet is real.
Skynet is real. Yeah.
Tell you what, do you actually know that COVID actually changed the army?
Yeah?
Yeah. Because we have what's called a COVID soldier now, where anyone throughout COVID that didn't pass out, like on a proper pass-out parade, you're a COVID soldier. So you didn't go through all the, as we called it, the rites passage. And one of my crafties, who's now actually, he's got promoted, he's going on to his new unit, like, well done, I'm really actually proud of him because he's stepped up.
Yeah.
Because through other reasons, myself and the other Lance Sergeant hasn't been there for a while.
Yeah.
He's stepped up massively. Even though he's not gone through everything that we've gone through, his mindset's a little bit different the way, because he hasn't gone through the whole sort of basic training that like past, like myself or yourself has gone through, where you have to do your exercises, you have to do all this and that. It's like, not only has the COVID changed the world, it's also changed the army in a little bit of a sense of the new generations that are coming through.
Yeah. And again, it's that adaptation, isn't it?
Well, exactly. So COVID opened the army's eyes to the fact that even though we can't work all the time in barracks, doesn't mean you can't work from home. Yeah. It's like a lot of people are now working from home in the army. That's not a diss to say, oh, they're being lazy or anything like that. No. It's in the army, it's a very actually strict way of saying you've earned your right. It's like you are a trusted individual. Yeah. You know what you're doing. You can work from home. Yes, it's usually in a higher ranking position, but they can still get the work done. It's very quick for people to, again, jump into that point of view of saying, no, they're wrong. It's like this and that. And it's like they're being lazy. Put yourself in their shoes. Put yourself in their job. Yeah. There's a lot more moving parts than you realise.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? We don't always have the big picture.
No. But I think then with COVID, people went out and did a lot of camping. I don't even notice that it's people because they couldn't do it. They couldn't go abroad and all that. They've gone camping. Well, they're not necessarily gone camping before. And then now, well, that's all the Facebook marketplace are all full of things that have only been used once because they tried it and decided, no, I don't like that. And it's so you get you.
That's kind of
like
a bit of a dick move on the cop side of things. It's like
they're stopping you. I mean, we had to have when we did the voluntary stuff with a 4x4 response, picking up the
it's
COVID stuff. Then
we
had to have a
banner in the windscreen.
We'd have a thing in essential worker bar thing, and to say we were allowed to be on the road.
It's like the old tax stickers in the window. Yeah.
It was so weird because you used to go out and there was just nobody. Nothing.
Oh God, yeah. The roads were dead, weren't they? They were empty. They were.
Mind you, there was no roadkill, was it? Because I tried to kill them on the road.
But see that we also had the increase in wildlife.
Yeah.
And an interesting article. So during COVID, there was an increase in flying insects in the UK.
You know, cars and lorries
because they weren't getting killed by vehicles.
Did you see how much the CO2 emissions actually were lowered? During COVID, it's utterly ridiculous how much we're pumping out right now.
Yeah.
But again, that's a whole different topic.
Yeah, it's a whole different topic. But again, wildlife-wise, deer numbers increased. There weren't.
We're having animals now that we never used to.
The lack of roadkill through that period, meant that numbers succeeded. The only problem was, as soon as we started using the roads again and the vehicle numbers came up, animals that were born in that cycle in that year had no knowledge of what happens. So again, you have a tail-on impact from that, don't you?
Gary just asked the same thing about the CO2.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Human waste has definite impact on the environment. We definitely there's no choice about it. No matter what your thoughts about what the environmental process is, whether it's natural, whether it's all man-made, or so on, whether it's fear-mongering, whether it's not, we're not going to get into that. But there's no two ways about it. We have an impact.
Gary said he beat me to that one.
Yeah, too quick.
Oh, what bog state? Yeah, bog.
What's that all about with the whole?
I don't know about the toilet rolls.
I don't know. Right, guys, excuse me 2 seconds. I've got to dive to the little boys' room. My Guinness.
Sorry.
It was whipped through me. Oh.
It's just you and me, Kath.
Yeah.
Oh, the stories. The embarrassing stories.
Yeah, it's locally to us. We've got there was a big golf course. It was quite elitism. It was paid for by the local council, and people just didn't really use it. And what's happened now, much to the golf was discussed, they've turned the golf club into a natural area. Southwood was Southwood Golf Course, and now it's all got paths, and they've got a dog-friendly restaurant there. You can take cafe. You can take your dogs in, and there's even a dog wash there. It's like a dog wash where you can take your dogs when they've got all dirty from having their walk. You can rinse them off. Or the kids love it. There's a forested part that's next to the golf course, and the kids started putting things like fairy doors and little wells and things like that. And again, they were building camps in there, and it's really cute. It's like putting like the painted stones everywhere. It's nice. Yeah. You get a rock and you paint pictures on them. So,
yeah.
He is getting old, yes. I'm a little bit better. Thank you. I'm a little bit better. I'm not 100%. I've got to go and see the doctor and have some tests done and find out what is exactly wrong with me. But Yes, thank you very much. It's I'm tired. I can't stop sleeping. I've turned into a dormouse. Well, then when I go to bed, I've always been a night person anyway. And as soon as I go to bed, I'm really tired. And the minute my head hits that pillow, my mind starts going. And yeah, I wake up. And then I sleep the wrong way around.
Yeah.
I did wash my hair as well. I need to dye it though, because my red panda bit at the top there is starting to get a bit bad. But thank you. Yeah, I'm getting it. Martin said all the kids at Queen Elizabeth are still making camps.
Yeah, I mean, I think they always will as well. There'll always be those kids that want to get out there and enjoy the outside. They're also those kids that don't get the choice. It's like, get out there, go on, get outside, enjoy yourself.
If the kids are not taken out and shown the woodland and what fun it is to put some branches up and make like a little lean-to type thing, then
forts,
then they're not going to have the chance to explore that sort of thing.
This is the thing with technology, is taking over. It's like, again, I'm not one to. I'm no parent, so I can't voice my opinions on the fact. It's like I can only say what I've seen from my opinion. So I've seen my sister bring up my nephew. She's done an amazing job of that. But even to that extent, it's like I've never seen him play outside because he's got all this technology to keep him company inside.
Yeah.
It's like it's kind of sad seeing that those. It's like it's almost interesting that technology develops your speed and reaction time.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like on the other hand, that speed and reaction is good. But you don't get that sort of intuition of putting these, like, okay, if I put these two logs together, will this hold this structure up?
Yeah.
It's all right. Intuition.
John was just saying, back in our day, your mum and dad couldn't keep us indoors.
Keep us in.
My mum, when we were on school holidays, it lasted for 6 weeks. I was the eldest. I had my brother and my younger sister. And there were 3 years each between. So I was I was 9, he was 6, she was 3. When we were a bit older than that, Mum used to say, right, okay, go on, out you go. And I had to take them off and entertain them for the day. So yeah, we used to do that sort of. We'd go in the
same
woods,
thing for me.
Over playgrounds.
3 younger brothers. That was it.
Go with our little fishing rods, fishing nets, and go stickle back.
Do the things you've got to do the chores you've got to do, and then get out of our sight, get out from under our feet, go.
Yeah.
Go and enjoy yourselves.
I'll see you at tea time.
A couple of bread and jam sandwiches chucked into a bread bag. Those of you that remember the 70s. So, yeah, you get your bread bag. And slice bread, no butter, no marge. Just smear that with jam, fold it in half, chuck it in, couple of each, and away you went.
It's a squash when I get a fizzy drink. Jeez.
I don't know. I'd say another thing.
I remember as a child going to a pub with my brother and sister, and we're sitting with a bottle of Coke with 3 straws in it.
Do you remember? I can remember the day my mum turned around to me and said, "You can have a coffee. You can have a coffee if you want."
My mum hated me on coffee.
Yeah, I wasn't allowed coffee. Coffee was a grown-up drink when I was a kid. So I could have tea, I could have water, I could have squash. Have fruit juice, but I was not allowed to drink coffee until I was about 14, 15. And I still remember the day I came home from school. I was tired. My mum turned around to me and said, you can have a coffee. Right? You look knackered. Do you want a coffee? And I was like, well. And I'd never, ever drunk coffee up until that point. And she made me a cup of coffee and showed me how to make a cup of coffee. And I remember sitting there with it and I was like, cool, there's a barrier I've come through.
Talking about getting outside as well, I think one of the other things...
Sugar sandwich.
Oh!
I don't even want to imagine eating that. The crunch.
It was good.
It was all right, actually. Yeah, because that's what we used,
Yeah, it was like... See, that's the thing.
Maybe I'm just too young.
So,
I
come from an era when things were... I mean, when I say tight, they were drastically tight. I mean, I can remember as a kid, and no disrespect to my parents or anything, they were struggling. And I can remember an evening meal being a fried egg sandwich. Right?
Yeah.
And that was literally a fried egg sandwich was the meal. Right? Because the eggs came from the chickens and my mum made the bread herself. So, and it wasn't often, but I can remember the odd occasion when that was your lot. Lunchtime, what we call lunchtime, midday meal, usually was just a sandwich. Although I say just a sandwich, my mum had a habit of making these cheese and pickles. She'd make her own pickle, and she'd make a cheese and pickle doorstep, right? Which meant you only needed one sandwich to keep yourself going for the whole day, because each slice of bread, and beautiful homemade bread, was a good inch thick, and then it had a slab of cheese in the middle, a big dollop of pickle on it. You were sorted.
John says the only reason you had your mum talking about coffee was so you could make it for her.
Yeah, probably. I
never had banana with sugar. I had banana sandwich.
I've had a deep fried banana.
What did I make us this week?
Oh yeah, we got those crimpers.
For tortilla crimper.
We got, thanks to Tracy, we got a tortilla crimper and a bread crimper, and he got some tortilla wraps and put banana and chocolate hazelnut spread in, and did them in the air fryer.
Oh, that was rather sweet, sickly.
Sticky milk sandwich. What's that, Rachel? Never heard of that.
Sticky milk, condensed milk.
Oh, my dad used to love condensed milk with cornflakes.
Condensed milk.
I remember as a kid, when we come home when it was a really cold winter day. If we were lucky, Mum would have made a cake mix up, and we'd come in. She'd got a bun tin, and she'd have all these little fairy cakes before you put the icing on, and she'd take them out of the oven and just put them. Put them on the side.
My parents actually, we actually lived in kind of like the outskirts of a town when I was younger. I was in Sussex.
Yeah.
And they still live there to this day. But we were not on the back of the woods, but like this little bit of a, when you got a large woods and it sort of splits off in its own direction. Yeah. We were on the back of that bit. And we actually bought bottom end of the garden. We turned it into a chicken coop.
Yeah.
So our first thing in the morning, part of having a responsibility was going down to open up the chicken coop, make sure they're fed and watered.
Yes, it's especially like a
also collect the eggs.
Yeah.
And the eggs used to go towards things like a fried egg in the morning, or putting it towards like a chocolate brownie or Victoria sponge cake, which my mum used to make.
Yeah.
So when I come back from school, it's like you've got a nice sugary treat,
which gives you the and again that comes back to subsisting and living with the land and living naturally.
Yeah,
people sit there and they go, chickens are one of the greatest survival fucking tools we can ever have. Gives you an egg every day, full of protein, full of goodness. Okay, dead easy to keep. Will literally live on anything as long as you keep them fed, watered, and in a reasonable health condition. Watch out for things like red mite and so on.
We had a problem with red mite.
Yeah, red mite. Modern structures are good for that, because you don't tend to get red mite if they live in a plastic structure. That's why you get a lot of the plastic hen houses and that now.
Eggs,
red mite likes wood.
Egg houses.
Yeah. So, but chickens survive food. And again, when I was a kid, we didn't eat the chickens. We kept the hens, and then we raised the male birds, the cocks, to one side, and those were the meat dishes. And I can still remember in the butchers that people, and I'll go back to, I can remember when it was hung outside with its head on, so you could see what it was, and that was the bird people wanted for their Sunday lunch, because it was a bigger bird.
Yeah.
It had better muscle structure, because it's a cock. It's designed to be more aggressive than that. But the hens were too important for their egg laying ability, and once they got too old to lay eggs, quite often they would then become, I can't remember the term for it now.
Broilers.
No, for sitting on eggs.
Oh, broodies.
Yeah, brooders, that's it. Broody hens. Yeah, because they still had the instinct to sit on an egg.
Yes.
So basically, if you were raising things like ducks or geese, which can be absolutely useless parents, you can place the eggs under a broody hen and she'll quite happy to sit on them and
I've seen that a couple of times on social media or like YouTube where there's a guy in America that he owns his own farm and he raises his eggs, not his eggs, chickens, eggs and duck, goose, whatever, and he'll give them to the chickens.
Yeah,
when they've got
do a better job of caring for them.
Yeah, somebody rose. See, Bubble and Squeak. We used to do the Bubble and Squeak until our youngest son Dan got to a certain age. It's about 8, I think.
Yeah.
And there would be nothing to bubble and squeak.
Yeah.
Because he'd eat it all.
Hollow legs down.
It's you know, you'd have a load of Brussels sprouts left over, and he'd eat that.
I do love a bubble and squeak.
That was me as well.
Yeah, and there was never any leftovers. We saw leftovers.
I never got any leftovers. My dad put it in his sandwich for work.
Did he?
The bacon and egg foo young. Yeah.
Yeah, he watches Uncle Roger now. Oh, foo young.
All right, so we used to have egg trays. So, Derek, so in the UK, in the older houses, the traditional houses, we'd have pantries, basic cool room. So it would have in places I grew up, it was either granite or slate slabs inside the room. The room was.
But now I think it means now.
Yeah. Oh, nowadays most of us keep them indoors.
I got like a wild chicken.
Yeah, keep them over there. Don't put them in the fridge. Just don't put them in the fridge.
Yes, he definitely was eating machine Mac.
Yeah. So we used to have that, but at the lowest point in that rooms where you kept things like cheese, you kept butter, kept eggs, you'd hang bacon in it, hams. So the room was
designed a mesh on it, didn't it, on the window?
It was designed so that insects couldn't get in, couldn't gain access, and it always stayed at an ambient temperature. It was basically lined with stone or multi-layers of brick so that it kept it cool. And that was a way of that was a leftover. That's left over from pre-fridge days. Hey?
Lee said he in Ireland he loved poundies.
Can't place it.
No.
Probably a potato cake of some sort from the sound of it.
My dad used to, when he get the roast potatoes, the next day he used to slice them up and make them sauté, have with bacon in the morning.
Yeah. I don't know if Hang Tough comment was directed at me. Yeah. Do y'all keep your eggs outside? No, we didn't. Like when they were hatched, we used to not hatch, like laid. We used to take them inside.
Yeah, that's what you're saying. That's what Mitch was on.
One thing we actually used to do as well, and I don't know if anyone watching right now, you can do it with supermarket eggs. Is if you want to tell a good egg from a bad egg, is get like a bowl of water or a jug of water, place the eggs inside, and if they float, they're not good eggs.
That's it.
Yeah.
Keep the ones that have sunk to the bottom.
There's nothing worse than going to make a cake, picking an egg up, cracking it, and go, oh no.
Does anybody know how to preserve an egg?
Don't crack it.
No. They were usually eaten by me.
Right. Years ago, to preserve eggs, I used to have, I can't remember the term for it now, but used to have a special jar for doing it in. But basically, what they would do is dip them in wax, because eggs are porous.
Oh, so banked off to vinegar.
It's sealed the egg, okay, or put them in vinegar, and then basically it stopped them from the air from getting through.
Yeah,
and it preserved them.
Oh,
kept for years.
It's funny you should say that. It turns out my missus is watching the stream right now as well. Don't name her, but she's preserving.
Hello, Tommy Species.
Is to cover it in butter as well.
Yeah,
apparently that's one way of preserving it.
Cover them in fat. Yeah, and basically it's because they're porous. It stopped the air from getting in. Yeah, vinegar. Oh, do you know? And I don't know about the States, but in the UK, years ago, you don't see it so often now. Nearly every pub you used to go to when I was a nipper would have pickled eggs behind the bar. And it'd be a big jar
and
of
in the
pickled
fish and
eggs.
chip shop.
Pickled eggs.
We used to tell the boys that they were pickled frog's legs.
Yeah.
What, gherkins?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what he used to call frog's legs.
Yeah.
You just run gherkins for me.
Pickled eggs behind the bar. Yeah. It was just, You should look at them sometimes and wonder how long they've been sat there.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't know about in America, but in the UK, the eggs get the barcode, a code or a date printed on them. Because it used to be on the box, but sometimes you get it on the eggs as well.
That's one thing I do miss from a good fish and chippy. When you walk in and they've got the glass jars on the front, they don't have that anymore.
There's a new one opening up just down the road from here.
Yeah,
on the 12th.
Preservation. See, and that's another thing I want to have a look into this year. Yeah. Boat roast pickled eggs.
Oh, smoke-filled jars to help preserve them.
It's preserving food. Okay, because again, if you're going to be seriously into your prepping, your survival techniques and so on, preserving food, being able to store food without the use of power. Don't get me wrong, all the time we've got power, it's a fantastic thing. But people forget the skills we had just 60, 70 years ago, when people couldn't afford fridges, freezers, and so on, and didn't necessarily have access to them. The technology was there. People would preserve food for very long periods of time. And my daughter-in-law, Tessie, she comes from the Czech Republic. We've had a lot of conversations about pickling, preserving and that, because still a regular thing there. People still pickle, preserve, they still have root cellars and so on and so on. But
you'd never have Piccadilly
when you
come to UK.
I don't know about the States and other places, but I know within Britain the societal system's changed, where you've literally, in the last sort of 30 years especially, been engineered to go shopping, go shopping, go shopping, go shopping. And the dates have got shorter. Go shopping, replace it, putting money in people's pockets. And the technology and the knowledge in food preservation is gone. Like I say, I can remember walking into the pantry or the larder and seeing hams. I can remember walking in. I can remember the day my brother screamed the house down because he'd come home and my dad had been out shooting.
Gary, he eats them.
And hung a couple of pheasants on the back of a door. And my brother came in, used the little sink by the back door, washed his hands, washed his face, reached around, expected to be a towel, wiped his face in pheasant, looked up in the mirror to find his face covered in blood. Get him nuts.
The thing is, it's like with the barcoding. They never used to have barcodes. It's like, butter. It would last for months and months. And now people panic if it's got a day to go.
My missus gave me an interesting fact that sometimes to pickle some fruits, the Koreans use sugar in a jar, put a 1-to-1 ratio of sugar to fruit and leave it. It'll make a fruit syrup.
Yeah. Well, that was it. Syrups. So you're preserving sugars and syrups. Okay. So if you like, one of my go-tos, especially as a health tip, is roll mops. Rachel, you're my friend if you like roll mops. I love a roll mop.
Yeah. I don't love him when he's got roll mops. Yeah.
Stem ginger in syrup, okay, which will last for years and years and years, and is very, very beneficial to you. It's great if you've got a cold or infection. Just a nub of stem ginger every morning definitely boosts your immune system. Works a treat. Great antibacterial properties. It's
Irish butter, yeah.
It's these simple techniques, isn't it? So you're preserving sugar, you can preserve vinegar, you're preserving oil, you can smoke, you can dry, you can dehydrate. And today, some of the kit that you can buy, I was looking at it was an air fryer. And I've got to say, I do like an air fryer, works well, very fuel efficient as well. But I was looking at an air fryer that's got a dehydrator built into it, and I was like, the next one I buy is definitely going to have a dehydrator, so I can start preserving some meats, dehydrating fruits, and some of the vegetables as well. Because again, why not? How many times do you go to your fruit or your vegetable drawer, pull it out and go, they're a bit beyond it now, I've been there. When you could have turned around a week before and gone, do you know what, I'll dehydrate and keep them for later. Apples and so on.
Extracts all the time. I remember brewer's yeast.
Yeah, malt extract.
Yeah.
Very good for you. Yeah,
that is fresh, hanged off. That really is fresh. I remember going to a restaurant once and someone ordered lobster. There was a tank of lobsters, and there's one particular lobster was attacking all the others, even though it had its elastic bands. So when the person comes in, take that one. Yeah, I got a mincing machine to use when we got rabbits. If we've got rabbit meat, to mince it down to I don't like rabbit meat myself. I just don't like the taste of it. But I was going to use it to make
dates on a lot of things
rabbit burgers.
Are there to encourage you to replace it. Okay, simple as. It's to encourage you to buy more. Okay, there are certain things you've got to be careful of dates. However, if you're food orientated, if you're a chef, or if you're a cook, or if you use common sense and you examine the goods,
eyes,
quite often
nose,
you'll know whether it's still safe to eat. And if you have to eat it and you're in doubt, as I'm always saying, make a stew from it and boil it for a long time.
Slow cook.
Yeah, slow cook it. Just bring it to that boil, keep it at a boil, and make a stew from it or a soup from it, and you'll sterilise it. Okay, even the most you've done them for years and years and years. Green meats. Okay, so these are meats that are bad. Okay, but they would still use it. It would still be used to make a stew because it's got a protein content. They'd make a stew or a soup for it or a broth for it, and it would be cooked to death.
So looking
which
at
sterilises it,
reduced vegetables,
kills the bacteria, kills anything that's in it that's bad. It might not look the nicest, it might not necessarily taste the nicest, but it's edible and it's getting protein into you. So again, it's survival
carrots,
techniques.
Parsnips. I'm a bit wary about potatoes because they can get funny, but fruit, obviously rhubarb or apples. Yeah. I can make apple pie, apple crumble out of that.
Yeah, mushrooms.
Yeah.
So if you're into your fungi, dry fungi, herbs. Okay, so how many of us have grown our own herbs? Well, we grow a lot.
Yeah.
Perhaps you grow almost everything you could ever need. But again, people don't bring them in, tie them, put them in a dry room and hang them. And as I tell you, the smell of rosemary, the smell of lavender hanging in a room dry.
I've actually got a chocolate mint plant, and what I do is I harvest some of the leaves, chop them up finely, and we've got wild strawberries growing in the front garden. So you harvest wild strawberries, and I make a cake mix, and I put the strawberries and the chocolate mint in it, and it's a lovely sponge.
Yeah, we grow our own rosemary, and we grow our own sage, and we grow our own lavender, and we grow our own mints of various varieties, and lemon balm, and curry plant.
We've
got wild garlic. We've got so many things.
Yeah. Oh, what's the when me and my missus got engaged on the Isle of Wight?
Yeah.
Oh, she wanted to go to a garlic farm, but they were shut.
Oh yeah.
Apparently they do all forms of garlic.
Yeah, he's got some of those
the Isle of Wight garlic
farm.
Stunning.
They actually make garlic ice cream.
That was an interesting story.
Yeah,
I don't think I can do that.
Actually, it's very nice. It's quite weird.
And garlic chocolate.
Yeah. So I went to the garlic farm in the Isle of Wight for a visit. So there was a farm that was pretty much on its uppers. They were not making it, and the family got into growing garlic and introduced garlic there during the Napoleonic War.
Oh, really?
And it's been there ever since. Yeah, and it was originally to cater for the French prisoners.
There is a. I listened to a program. They're on about a stew pot in Africa. This stew pot was continually used, and it's been passed on for generations. This particular pot, and when they actually tested samples from the bottom of the pot, it was over 100 years old.
Yeah.
Because
it was still
continually
viable.
Boiling,
there was
boiling.
Basically, and that was the secret. This stew pot had never ever gone cold. It was just kept topped up with water. What you caught game wise, what you got fruit wise, went into it, and it just stayed boiling. And literally, the community just dipped in and took what they wanted when they needed it. But if you took a bowl out, you put a bowl in. Yeah. So it was a case of like your meal, your grains, and so on, and be to one side. You take a helping out, helping goes in. add the water back in, so it just
keep
kept up.
continually going.
I bet they must have had some really odd meals.
Yeah.
But again, that gets back to eating out of necessity rather than eating for the pleasure of.
That's right.
The,
Gary was saying
taste,
it's a program, the history program, where this meat was 100 years out of date, but it's been smoked.
Yeah.
It was fine.
It's like honey, isn't it? Honey is one of the greatest preservatives
that never goes
of all
out
time.
of date, does it?
They took pots of honey from an Egyptian tomb, okay, and when they tested it, they said it was still safe, still good, even today. Okay, it thickened, but it was still good. They said that honey could still be used.
Wild garlic. It's lovely to walk through. Well, not walk anymore, but go through a woodland that's got, or go down a byway that's got rances on the side.
It's like my dad, like I said before. So he does beekeeping.
Yeah.
So I was the one that originally wanted to do it, and then I got him into it, and he took over from it. But store-bought honey compared to actual honey straight out of the hive, there's a massive difference.
And let's face it, most store-bought honey is substituted with sugar anyhow, things like golden
preservatives.
Preservatives.
Got a question. She said, can anyone remember when you couldn't give rat packs as opposed to selling them? Because although they say you can't, you still see it on.
Conscience, but that's not true.
You can still, if you go on eBay, you go car boot sales, you've got people selling ration packs.
Right, so the MOD started disposing of ration packs, from my memory, in about late 90s, early thousands. Prior to that, you could not acquire a ration pack.
No, you can't do. You have to go outside.
Unless you were in the military, or you had been given it by somebody in the military. And even then, it could be difficult because it was what they called a starred item. It was on the books and it was an accountable item. Basically, it ended up when they changed the system and they went from what was primarily tinned goods to boil in the bag. They looked at stores and went, we have like 20 years worth of stores here that we're now getting rid of and reallocating. At that point, they started sending it on to Army surplus supplies. It went into the system through a company at the time, I believe. I may be wrong. If I remember correctly, it was a company called PG Wing. And at the time, they had a contract with the MOD to buy in surplus gear, clothing, equipment, or rest of it. And a lot of your Army surplus suppliers or stores would go to PG Wings and buy bulk from them to then sell from their stores. And that was pretty much when that came in. The giveaway was the gear out of date. Okay, so the stuff you were buying that was surplus in boxes and that and in rations would be expired dated gear. Okay, but as we all know, most ration packs, especially when it comes to the ball and bag stuff, the expiration dates on that, again, very similar to supermarkets, aren't it's expired and it's bad. It's no longer at its peak performance rate. Okay, if you take and I've had rations that are 10 years out of date. Okay, and I've opened them, tried them, nothing wrong with them.
Even the chocolate's only slightly pale.
Flavours vary slightly. I'd say it wasn't probably quite as rich and tasty as it originally was, but it was still edible. Didn't make me ill. Didn't make me bad because it's been in a sealed environmental container. There's been no outside interference. There's no bacteria got in. There's no air got in. There's no transfer. Not saying that all of them I'd eat. There are some where I'd look at it and I'll go, it contains pork. I'm not taking the risk. But however, that was around that point. So now you can buy ration packs. You can buy, if you buy them, they're usually expired. Okay, they're disposed of by the MOD. And now I believe it goes out through government auction. So basically an Army surplus store can go along and buy a job lot. And there are 3 or 4 big companies in the UK that now specialise in this.
I think you can buy raw honey in shops, can't you?
Yes.
That's the one with the actual honeycomb in it. Yeah, you can.
Again, it's finding the suppliers that are genuinely supplying you raw
Yeah,
honey.
most chocolate, if it's not too white, it's edible. It doesn't taste particularly nice. It tastes like more like cooking chocolate.
Yeah.
Then, but
yeah, it's yeah. I can't remember. I think it's the fat content that turns it white.
Yeah.
It starts to oxidizes, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So again, going back to.
That's true. They add the maple syrup to it.
Yeah.
That's what your cheap.
They used to, but there is
are.
a massive shortage of genuine maple syrup now, and maple syrup, funny enough, to get genuine maple syrup is quite expensive because for you to buy maple syrup, it's got to come from Canada.
Yeah.
It's the same as nutmeg, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nutmeg's
it's
hard to come by.
That's getting tough to come by. And a lot of the stuff that you buy that is classed as maple syrup or marketed as maple syrup isn't maple syrup. It's a golden syrup or it's an additive designed to taste similar to maple syrup. I mean, I love maple syrup. I
don't like honey, but I like mead. I find it honey just a bit too sweet for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
It's made a margarine from World War II ration pack.
I bet it did.
I bet it did. But that greased him through.
Was it for a bet?
Yeah. So, and again, when honey crystallizes, a little bit of warm water.
Yeah.
That will do that. But again, if it's crystallizing, it's because of sugar content. Because there's sugar in it. The sugar crystals are reconstituted. Whereas proper honey won't do that.
No, it won't. It's like when me and my dad have done it before, the way we do it is usually you'll clear out the hive, or you'll move into a new one. And so the way we sometimes do it is what you'll do is you'll open up the hive and then you'll move them frame by frame, let them go onto the new frames which are in there. So like every other frame, move one after the other, and then until they've moved onto those new frames, you'll then get the rest in there and just brush them off lightly.
Yeah.
Take the frames back with you. There's a special like drum which you put them in, and you slowly turn it round. And
you're welcome, Steve.
One of the ways which companies do it now, which was spoken about earlier on the live chat, is about getting the like authentic honeycomb from the actual hive. What some people actually do nowadays is they put bees in hives.
Yeah.
They let them build up their like honeycomb structure. They'll move them to another hive. And all they'll literally do is put it in honey.
Yeah.
From store-bought honey, and then set it off and say it's authentic honeycomb.
Yeah.
Technically, they're true.
Yeah.
But it's not the actual true honey.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the comb's genuine, but the honey isn't.
Because one thing you'll find from authentic honeycomb is actually sometimes you'll get, it's usually put through a filter first, but you'll find.
Good night, Gary. I'll make sure about the email for you.
Yeah.
So you've got to be careful. But like I've had authentic, like straight from the hive honeycomb before, and it is delicious.
Yeah. And very, very good for you.
Yes, very.
Six says he's sorry for being busy, but thank you for the shout out and congrats on the winner.
No, that's not a problem, Sticks. You take it easy, mate.
Leaving us.
I'm gonna help as well.
Gary, not a problem, mate. Will do. I will check my phone.
I'll do the. I'm gonna.
When I get downstairs, and that will be got out to you ASAP.
Right.
That's all right, mate.
Take it easy.
Take it easy, brother. Look after yourself. Say hi to the missus.
Yeah, we'll do. Take it easy, everyone. Good to see you again. Hope to see you again soon.
Yeah, no.
Bye, Willow.
Well, there we go. That was another Sunday social, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So I think what we'll do, we'll give it another 10-15 minutes before we clear out. There's only a chance to catch up with Derek. Derek, I don't know if I said it before, but your video, mate, I'm thoroughly liking that. Absolutely awesome.
Watch out because Little's under your
Looking
chair
forward
now.
to seeing part 2. Okay. And I think I'm going to sit down with Mac. We're going to go through it, and then what we might do later in the year is do a similar one ourselves, but UK based one. We'll see how the two techniques and methods are going to compare. Yeah. If that's all right with you. I mean, obviously, if you'd rather I didn't, I won't. But it'd be interesting to see how that compares. Go through their thought processes and methods.
I've got to find it out. Used to have a book. It was recipes for the Second World War, and I want to see if it, because you weren't able to get eggs and things like that. Then I just wondered, yeah.
See how it works.
Night, Rachel. Take it easy, my love, and we'll see you next week.
Take care, and I will get Kaz to go through the emails with me tomorrow, and I will make good on my failure.
Night, Lee.
Have a great week. Take care. Look after yourself. Have fun. Stay safe.
Lee as well.
Lee, you too, my friend. Take care. Stay safe. Have an absolutely fantastic week.
That's my mum's birthday, the 6th. Ooh.
Oh, and you got that horrible.
You got the dreaded.
Up. Yeah, we got through our MOT. A little bit of help from his son, but yeah, we got through our MOT.
Yeah, helps fix it.
Yeah. So, yeah, I hate MOTs. Always that little bit of worrying, isn't it?
You got to now get it cleaned out.
Yeah, I've got to give it a clean.
Yes. Wooden stuffs.
Yeah. Yeah, I did give it a brush out the other day. I did give it a little brush out. Yes, right.
So, Derek, what we were saying before you come on is I actually realised earlier on today that New Year's Eve is a Sunday. So me and Mike were talking about it and about do we do a
good night, John.
A New Year's Eve one. So we decided
dentist tomorrow.
Oh dear.
Poor bugger. I'll keep my fingers crossed for you that
John.
It's inexpensive and unpainful.
So what we're going to do, we're going to have a live feed on New Year's Eve. Whether we stay on till midnight is...
John, remember the golden tip with the dentist? When you're laid there in a chair, just place your hand out, cup his testicles, and just look him in the eye and say, you hurt me, I hurt you.
Or say, I will kick your nuts right over your head.
Stealth car camera, I'll just leave my car like I live in it. They have pity on me for the MOT.
That was all right.
Good idea.
We have to watch, because now we've got the Popsicle. It's a great one for finding things. I don't know if you see that, what you found on the floor just now.
Oh, Christ.
Yeah. It was down there.
Yeah, there's another little tip for you. Always in your first aid kit. Yeah, always worth having with you.
So yeah, we're gonna New Year's Eve we're actually rejoined by Mac as well. So we're gonna have a party.
Excellent job. Excellent. Yeah. We got a mate that's just gone through that himself. That's no fun at all. I know that much. And I think I'm going to be needing a replacement set before long. Sticks, take care, mate. Keep them coming. Stay safe. Have fun. Keep the videos coming because they're absolutely brilliant. Look forward to seeing the next one. Look after yourself. Be good.
A few stories, yeah.
Yeah.
A few stories. We'll get some pictures to go with it.
Yeah.
Like the sombrero.
The sombrero, yeah. We got the sombrero picture.
Are you uploading your second one? Excellent.
Excellent. Can't wait. Derek, absolutely looking forward to it, mate.
And share some more of your singing because that's the second one I've heard of yours. I like it.
Yeah, it don't work. No fun at all.
So I'm not going to let you move your chair because he's here, right next to you.
Is he right down next to the chair, is he?
Yeah.
Hello, mate. Yeah. Yeah.
You come up for a cuddle.
Well, no cigar this week. So
Okay.
let's see if we can push on with it.
Come on, my little walkie-walkie. Say hello to your peoples. Hey, hello. Say hello to your peoples.
Derek, so not had a cigarette now. I can't remember how many weeks it is, but I've not had a cigarette. Tonight went to get me cigars.
That'd be good, wouldn't it?
Which I'd given Kaz the cigars I hadn't smoked last week and said hide them for me. She hid them. She's hid them a bit too well. So I went to find them tonight and we couldn't. So I've not had a cigar tonight. But I'm actually quite pleased because it was something I was looking forward to. And I've been focusing myself on every time I sat there and thought, I could do with a smoke. No, I'll have a cigar on Sunday night and I'll enjoy it all the more. Well, we've gone through tonight and I haven't even had a cigar tonight. Excellent, Matt. I'll catch up with you tomorrow. So I haven't had a cigar tonight. That's a good thing. Okay. So I'm not saying I won't have a cigar next week. However, I'm quite proud of myself. Doing all right, mate. Hopefully we'll get there.
What are you doing? He's nibbling me. Yeah, because you got to come over and meet this little Herbert yet, Mac.
Yeah.
Haven't you?
Yeah. So we're all getting there. We're all good. Anyhow, that's me. I'm struggling for things to say.
Willow says, I want to go downstairs and finish my breakfast, well, my dinner.
Yeah, Willow wants to go and finish his dinner.
Mr. Wiggy.
Yeah, so that's... If I can say nothing else, I just say thank you.
Yeah.
From the bottom of my heart.
Thank you to all the subscribers and for all the lovely words when I wasn't well
Thanks
last
for
week.
all the support. All the kind words, all the support, all the likes, all the comments. Appreciate them all. It makes a big difference when somebody even just gives you a thumbs up. Okay, it makes you feel that you're recognised. Take it easy, Mac.
Good night, Mac. Good night, Stealth Camper.
Yeah, good night, mate. Good night, Martin.
Yes, we did have a phone call the other day from Duncan.
Yes, Martin, we had a phone call from Duncan.
But yeah, we'd love to go and have a
But it definitely
drinky.
would be nice to catch up. Definitely nice to catch up, mate. We're going to both have a giggle at one another. Okay? Both, I come hobbling in like that. You go, I can remember when you were a third that size and moved a lot quicker.
Yeah.
It's all good fun. All good fun.
You're guys, robbing reliance.
Right. So again, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Take it easy. Have a fantastic week. Have your adventures. Stay safe. Enjoy yourselves. Okay. I'll catch you all next Sunday night and the live stream or live chat next week. And yeah, as I always like to say, love those you do. Forgive those you don't. Peace and light be upon you all.
Don't eat my hair.
This is Mick, Kaz, Mac, Tommy, who's just left us, and Willow. The
night.
Hampshire Outdoors Survival and the Hampshire Hog Hunters. Wishing you all peace and light. Take it easy. Have fun. Stay safe. Catch you later.
Take it easy. See you soon.
Mickey out.